homework. You don't go and start talking about people when you don't have, you know what I'm saying?
GG's, Dondadas, Hyenas, Scoop Dobbs, who learned from Super Steve, I Rock Luther King X. Don't forget the Kennedy doing his Million Man March right here on YouTube. We conducted ourselves in the most highest of that life. What you make it, you can't love it, you can't hate it. It's gonna be simply what you make it. You heard the dollar. God chose you because he knew he could trust you. God's best kept secret. We're gonna stay more aware than ever. We're gonna stay coherent in the shadows, the dollar. And we're not gonna allow people to slander certain people's names, the dollar, when they don't got the right information, the dollar. It's like kids seeing their parents argue, the dollar. You don't know what the fuck they arguing about, the dollar. You just right there. You think they argue about the bread that she burnt and shit like that, but they argue about her not giving no head or not fucking this nigga last night, the dollar. So you actually don't know what the fuck they're arguing about. So you can't actually always think. So Sean G's like a little fucking kid, the dollar, that's trying to persuade the whole system, the dollar. Go ahead, Kev, real quick. I'm gonna run over here.
Yeah, I just want to say something to the social media world. I'm a guy who's done federal prison time myself. I'm a guy who's done federal prison time myself in several different federal penitentiaries. What Sean G is doing, has done, is totally wrong. He's read the whole case. Nowhere in the case does it say
Yep.
that a man has told on, that Meech has told on anybody. He's been on several platforms. Those platforms, the people are telling him Meech didn't tell. He's now, after he slandered this man's name for months, he's now asking the man to come on his platform and challenge him or to explain whatever. That man don't have to do that. If you were in certain places in life today, you could be unalived for the things that he's done. That's what people need to understand. This is a place where he's trying to make money off of for his whatever. And I'm not knocking him for that. But you don't go slander someone's name when you don't have the proof. You've read every piece of paperwork. I've spoken to Sean G myself, and I've told Sean G myself on the phone call. He can verify this, that what you're doing is wrong. You don't slander someone's name like this because nothing you've read so far has said that. It doesn't matter what happened with Tammy and this one and that one. Nowhere does it say that Meech cooperated in any way. I don't care who say what about, oh, he introduced Tammy to Cuffy and all of that. I understand that. But what we need to understand here is this. Tammy took it upon herself to take the information to the government that was given to her, not through those two guys. Meech didn't tell her to do it, nor did Cuffy tell her to do it. She did it because she got paid for telling on the first case, which had nothing to do with them.
Facts.
Second of all, they didn't even use the conversations between her and Cuffy because she was sleeping with the prosecutor or whatever. Now, what they did do was get a warrant for audio and video surveillance of Cuffy so that they could start another investigation on him. He then started dealing with her himself. So now we got to understand this. Meech ain't got nothing to do with it now. This is some personal shit, whatever they got going on. What I'm saying is this. Sean G is a white collar crime criminal who got caught for tax fraud. He was doing illegal taxes. He went to jail for, I believe, 16 months in a prison that got no fence around it, but he was calling it Morgantown. He was calling it a medium. It's a camp. What I'm saying is this. He didn't even do his own legal work on his own case. So he's never done federal legal work in his life. He's reading a case that's already done and over with, and he's trying to give somebody an understanding of his own recollection of it, not of the truth. That's the problem here. You don't do that to people. People get hurt behind shit like that. Now he's on here trying to ask Meech to come see him so they could talk about this man's life after you slandered it so much. And you went on podcast and they told you that the man didn't tell. Now you're coming with this saying, I need to talk to him. He need to come and he don't need to do nothing with you. You're a regular dummy that didn't do your homework.
What
You don't
gives
need
what
You
What
need to
gives this nigga?
apologize to that man. That's what you need
What
to
gives
do.
this nigga the insight though? What makes you think that? Why the fuck Matthew Cox picked Sean G to speak about the BMS child, the daughter? Why did he didn't go to one of the niggas who was actually on the child, the daughter, like J
Well,
Bo or somebody,
I'm
the
gonna
daughter?
say this. I'm gonna say this, right? Sean G did the most promoting of it, which talking
Of the
about it on the
snitching that he
internet.
would get. All right.
Sean G downloaded all the paperwork. He read every piece of it. His information he gave on what his literature that he read, what was that was wrong. He wasn't wrong for getting it and reading it and doing all of that. The information that he gave being biased because he met this guy in Morgantown camp, and the guy told him about the case, and then I guess Cuffy got on the internet and started talking about the case. So he went and pursued into the case instead of doing it the right way, which he don't know how to do it the right way because, like I said, he didn't fight a legal case himself. He pled guilty. He got 16 months for tax fraud. He didn't do like what I mean, he didn't do no homework on his own case. So he's not gonna do homework on this case.
So he ain't do no.
He
So you trying to think the nigga really never entered a USP yard or nothing like that?
No, he was in a first of all, he's trying to say it was a medium when he was there. Bro, I don't have a fence around it, it's a camp.
Yeah.
So I'm saying this to say, man, I had a personal conversation with Sean G myself on this matter. And I know there's others out there that believe like Sean G because they believe what Cuffy is spitting. But the paperwork itself does not say what Cuffy is saying.
Yeah.
Meech Meech didn't tell on the paperwork. Don't say Meech told on nobody. There's no third party amendments affiliated with him, so we can't just come out and say he's a rat. You can't do that. You understand what I'm saying? Like you slandering a man's name because you've never been through nothing in your life, and you keep coming up here talking about, oh, I don't want to go back to jail. I'm a convicted motherfucker. You got a white collar crime. Like you
Hey.
did 16 months, man. They ain't gonna do. If you get caught with a gun right now, they're gonna give you 5 years. Your felony is basically nothing. I'm not saying that it ain't nothing because it's still a felony, but it's
Yeah,
garbage,
yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah.
And you've been home for years. So let's be real about how we do things and how we say things and how we talk about people. If we don't understand the literature that we're reading, that's his problem. He didn't understand what he was reading. He was going off what they were saying. Even though he was reading it, in certain parts it had Meech's name and it looked kind of suspicious or whatever. Those words that you read never told you that that man told anything on anybody. But you didn't understand that part. Now you asking the man to come on your show and talk to you and, oh yeah, if you don't like what I said, then you can fight me. It don't
Huh?
work like that, man. You slandered that man's character. You took away from his image, which is big in society because of the promotion he got for being who he is. And
Mm-hmm.
you, a peon, trying to make a living on the internet and slandering someone's name without even understanding the levels that it goes to, because you never been through nothing, bro. And I told you this, and it's happening now. You went on the platform with this guy, Matthew, whoever, and that guy told you that he didn't tell. The white guy you interviewed, who was the prosecutor on the case, told you that he didn't tell. Now you on the podcast saying to him, "Come on my show, we can talk about it, we can fight about it." That life don't work that way, bruh. You slandered that man's character. I mean, you made his name look like shit on shit that wasn't true. That's the whole point. And I said this from the beginning. I said, yo, man, all these people on here saying that that man is a rat, and they've never read not one piece of literature that states that. Yes, he introduced Cuffy to Tammy, not
That nigga.
knowing that Tammy was gonna go to the government and tell everything she knew. He didn't know that part. That's
Facts.
the same thing like any of us who caught a big time case. We
Facts.
didn't believe that the motherfucker that told on us was gonna tell. Every nigga that got a case in the feds with drugs and such got a co-defendant that got locked up with him that told on him. Me included. I got the same shit. So
Cuffy,
we
Cuffy
never
claims
believed, that that co-defendant would tell on us. We didn't believe that.
Cuffy claims that Cuffy thinks that Cuffy Sean G claims that he understands that nigga snitch, that Meech snitch, but he's actually just listening to what Cuffy's boys saying, all these people is actually saying,
Let,
and he just
let,
trying to elaborate. It's
let
like
me
that
tell
nigga.
you, let me tell you something. Meech ain't tell on nobody.
So
And what Meech didn't do that with the intentions to tell on nobody. Meech is trying to make some money out of a deal. He hooked Tammy up with Cuffy, thinking that Cuffy, whatever could go on with Suarez, whatever the case may be, to do the deal, right?
facts.
Not knowing that Tammy was going to go to the government and tell all their business. He didn't know that. He didn't do that with those intentions. That's why he said to her, listen, I don't want my name and none of that shit. Because he ain't really had nothing to do with it.
She did it,
But
and
you
he was like,
got
"Yo, don't
people,
put my name in that shit."
right.
That's like you giving someone a ride, you giving someone a ride, and then you give your boy a ride to his baby mom's house. This nigga kicks in the door. He comes back down, nigga, don't put my name in that shit, I ain't
Now,
telling you to kick in that door,
I want to also go here with it. Look at the heading of this show that they did. Big Meech is cooked. Insider exposes court docs, 50 Cent text, and Cuffy calls from prison. You see
And
how that
Cuffy
looks?
called from prison. We heard
It
Cuffy
makes
call.
it look like Big Meech told on somebody.
Yes,
This
it did.
guy.
Yes.
And that's not true. Nothing he said on that show verified that Meech told on anyone. And you
But
got people, and you
that
got
title could have
people,
got paid for, Kev. That title could have got paid for because the dude, the Matthew Katsu, he actually tries to stir off the situation a lot. He's going to the left a lot, going to the left. He's not talking about his own situation. He's not even talking about me. He's trying to stir
right?
off.
No, I'm just saying in general, right? We're not talking about Matthew here. We're talking about this guy
Sean G, yeah.
who's forget about Matthew. Matthew even said Big Meech didn't tell.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Then
he
the
did.
other guy, Rand, that he interviewed, said that Big Meech didn't tell.
Yeah.
Me,
Facts.
a guy who's, you can look me up right now, who's done federal penitentiary time, who understands the method of how this shit goes, said that Big Meech didn't tell. I read it too also. I had a personal conversation with this dude, and he agreed to what I said to him, and he still went out there and did otherwise. He still went out there and slandered that man's name because Sean G is on the internet for money. He don't give a fuck about nothing else. He's trying to get paid off of this shit. Whatever he got to do to get paid, he's going to do it. But guess what? It's going to cost you when you do things like that, of that magnitude. It's
You
going to
gonna
cost you people. It's going to cost you followers. It could cost you your own, I don't want to say it here, but
culture,
because,
your livelihood,
no, it could cost you yourself. If you
Yeah,
get what I'm
livelihood,
saying. Fuck your
livelihood. Yeah.
livelihood. It could
Mm-hmm.
cost you
Yeah.
because you doing things. You can't do things like this. And then you trying to make amends on it by telling the man to come on your podcast and talk to you. That's how you know you've never been through shit in your life.
Probably active. He probably searching for attention,
I'm gonna tell
Cause
you something right now. That this could cost him his life. He doesn't even know that. That man is in the halfway house now. He got to
probably
get out the
actually
halfway house. He ain't saying nothing to nobody who's slandering his name. He's not even coming back talking to them. There's a reason for that because he can't do it right now. I don't know his stipulations as far as being in the halfway house, but he can't talk on the things he needs to talk on right now. And
if you busy, if you busy, right, and you still mangling with your crew, and you still talking to the people who you talking to, the connect still gave you your mom a gift every Christmas, and the connect still doing that. They say you postcards and people still fucking with you, nigga. You think you give a fuck about what the fuck a Sean G is talking about, nigga? A nigga that never been around me, don't even know this lifestyle, who never even
yo,
seen a
wait,
fucking
wait,
car.
wait a minute though. Wait a minute though. This is bigger than just Sean G himself. It's what is coming out his mouth.
Yeah,
This don't have nothing to do with send these guys, send peace and love the link. These guys, this is what we don't understand. This is what people don't understand on the internet. This is bigger than Sean G. Big Meech has made a big name for himself as far as being who he is. He was on billboards. The people found out who he was way before he went to jail. He was doing shows. He's a big time, whatever. He was looked at as a big time guy. He does 19 years and 6 months or something like that in prison. He comes home, and now everybody's slandering his name, calling him a rat without reading the paperwork. Now they're going off of what people are saying. Everybody's read this paperwork. Now the paperwork does not state that the man told on anybody. Now you got a guy who's been pushing his paperwork for the last 3 months,
DG, what's
who's
up?
now saying that now he's agreeing to everybody that said Meech didn't tell. But now he's trying to do it in another way, saying, oh, Meech, you can come on my show. We can talk about it. You could battle me. Battle you for what? Who the fuck are you to battle? You slandered that man. He didn't do nothing. He don't even fucking know you.
This nigga done became a lawyer, nigga. He became a prosecutor. He's like, nigga, what you want to do?
Yeah, this
You know what
nigga's
I'm
crazy.
saying?
Like, what are you doing? You on the internet, bruh. And then, right? If somebody say something on, or somebody leave a comment on his page, he goes and reports them to the fucking YouTube police. But he say he don't deal with rats. You'll rat your fucking self indirectly. Like, you gotta cut this shit out, man. You don't slander people, man. That's not how life goes, man. You don't just talk down on somebody. I'm talking against what you did right now, but I'm not talking down on you, Sean G. I'm talking to you like I did directly on a phone call that we had an understanding about, I thought, and you still went and did otherwise. Now you paying for it.
Facts. Facts.
And I'm waiting for you to get on your channel and say, oh, yeah, I talked to this guy. Now he want to talk about me because my channel is... I don't even have a YouTube channel, chump. So I ain't trying to look for no views or nothing like that. This is my man channel who I come on his channel every day and we talk about things of this nature.
Kev. So this is psychic. This is the psychic channel. What is the right thing for this fucking sucker to do, Dandada? Tell this nigga the right thing for him
First
to
of
do,
all,
but
I'm
give
going to
some
tell you what
advice.
he needs to do. What he needs to do is tuck his motherfucking tail and apologize to that man on social media like he slandered his name. That's what he needs to do. Let the man know, listen, I was wrong about what I did. I was biased because I know somebody that know the dude that they claim that you did wrong when you did no wrong to him. I know a person that knows him. But I'm such a dick rider that I just ran with something. I didn't even do no homework first. And then I started reading the case. The case says your name a few times, and I don't know how to interpret law. So I looked at it as if you really did all of this. Tammy's blurting out shit in the under hearings, saying, oh, can I get Big Meech a time cut? Him not knowing that she can't get Big Meech a time cut because she got paid. He didn't even pay that no attention. He didn't do no research on the statutes that he read, nothing. He didn't do his whole due diligence homework before he started talking about this shit. He just was reading and talking at the same time.
He ain't talk to no BMF members, no
You
fucking
don't
body that
even
was on the thing,
listen.
Dandada.
You
Like,
don't
that's who
even
you
need.
really gotta talk to, bro. You're gonna have to talk to the BMF members, niggas,
You don't have to.
J-O's, Southwest Tees. You're gonna have to talk to everybody, nigga. You can
Listen,
talk to Cuffy too, but you gotta talk to everybody, bro. You're gonna do
listen.
this.
You don't need. Listen. He was biased from the very beginning, bro. His whole pushing of this was what Cuffy had to say. He believed that was the truth, so he was fuck anything else. I don't even care what the paperwork says. Cuffy said he told on him. You understand what I'm
Facts.
saying? Cuffy's making legitimate points. I want to say something about Cuffy's take on this. And every man that goes to prison in that magnitude thinks the way that Cuffy's think. I'm not saying that Cuffy's wrong for thinking the way that he thinks from the very beginning now, because when you go to jail, a lot of shit goes through your mind when you're in a conspiracy and you got dudes in there, you got CS1, because you know who you dealt with. When you read the complaint, you putting people in the places of these CS1, CS2, all that shit. You putting people in these places because you know what you've done and you know who you done it with or whatever. Sometimes that shit, what you thinking don't be the truth, man. You thinking that way because you played out these images that you've done already while you in prison. But sometimes your thinking takes you out the box. Like even when it comes time for you thinking about somebody else, even in society, you might think something went this way, as far as
But
your own recollection of it, and it didn't really go that way. It went another way. You feel bad, but you ain't never say nothing to nobody, so you don't gotta regurgitate that. This shit here, this man jumped on another man's bandwagon being his cheerleader and didn't do his homework when he had the homework. The homework was in front of him. But before he got the homework, he already was slandering. So now he can't go backwards and regurgitate and take back the slander because he already started it.
Do you feel like his life been going up ever since, like, in his perspective? You know what I'm saying? He been getting interviews. He wants to be this interviewer.
I'm going to say this, right? I know this. He's been charging people $500 to interview him. I've seen him. I've seen the text with my own eyes from an individual that he's asked to charge $500.
He asked Uda. He asked Uda for that too.
He asked Uda. He asked somebody else. He asked somebody else too. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say this. He's trying to make a living off of this, but you can't make.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying though, but look at. I'm saying he knows that he's gonna keep on slandering me so hard because he wants to be this person that's on our screen right there. He wants to be this person right there.
Listen, he's gonna stop. He's gonna stop now. He's gonna stop now because he knows that he's wrong.
Yeah,
he knows this now.
Matthew Cox knows he's wrong. A nigga from a whole different.
That's why he's saying.
Knows he's wrong.
That's why he's saying now that oh, Meech, you can come on my show. We can have a talk, or we can have a debate or whatever, and you could challenge me on what I said and this and the third. That's a coward's way out. That's a coward's way out. He know motherfucking well Meech ain't coming on his show. Meech don't even know him. You ain't nobody. Who the fuck are you? You went and paid $10, $15, $20 for some paperwork, and you read it, and you didn't read, and you didn't comprehend what you was reading, or either you did, but you was so biased because you sucking another man's dick. And I'm just being real. You sucking Cuffy off so bad that you believed everything you seen. Well, everything Cuffy said to you. You didn't believe what you saw because what you saw didn't tell you what Cuffy said. Yeah. Cuffy has a right to believe what he believes because he went through the case himself. But the paperwork don't state what Cuffy's saying. And you, Sean G, should have never went on a public platform and said this narcissistic shit about a man and kept on doing it. And I'm saying narcissistic because you kept on repeating it and you believed that it was real and you pushing your narrative of it and you sticking your chest out. You also went on the show and said, yeah, if I was in the yard with him on the compound, he wouldn't even be able to stand next to me. You know what I'm saying? Eat with me. None of that.
He said that?
Yeah, he said that. Nigga, he was in a camp. He said that on the show when he was with
he wants to be Big Meech, nigga. He can't even, nigga, that nigga can't even control the system like that, nigga. You can't even tell somebody that they can't stand next to you. You don't got that type of strength, bro.
You
don't got that type of strength. That's not straight, nigga.
Rizzy, slow down. You never been there. Slow down. You can tell somebody that. You can tell somebody that. You can do that to somebody. Now, there's consequences behind doing it, but it happens every day.
So hey, my boy, hey, Rock, you be turning up. You turn up.
Nigga, because look at, I know facts, nigga, and just because I have it doesn't mean that my people, my brothers, my niggas, they not allowing niggas to talk the way he's talking. Listen to what I'm saying
to you.
A car artist, niggas is going outside his niggas going outside his fucking
Are you listening to what I'm saying to you? You doing that talking, you're not listening, man. You put your link out there, me niggas going down, nigga. Like, I know real active people, yo, not members. Let me explain something to you on how it goes. You just said he can't tell nobody that in prison. That's not true. He can. You can tell somebody, listen, you can tell somebody don't stand next to you, don't be next to you.
I mean, yo, Cab, Meech though. Meech though.
Who gives a fuck what makes Meech bigger than any other man in prison? What are you talking about?
He's the biggest. What the fuck? You're not going to talk to El Chapo like you're talking to Sean G. You're not
why would? If El Chapo in the drill with me, he ain't no bigger than Sean G. What are you talking about?
Paperwork right when you walk in.
It takes a lot to talk to a nigga like Big
Hold on. Rizzy.
You're not talking to Ali Zoe.
Why don't you listen to what I'm saying to you? Listen to what I'm saying to you. There's no bigger man or smaller man in prison. Make sure you understand that part.
No matter where you at,
El Chapo's nobody in prison.
Bro, people run the car, nigga. People run the car.
Listen, run what? What are you talking about? Listen to me. I've been there, you haven't. Let me explain it to you before you start going off.
Runs the car, nigga.
Bro, let me explain something to you. You just talking. You never been nowhere. Slow down and listen.
Bro,
Okay.
Bro, listen to me, bro. I'm telling you from experience. You telling me from what somebody else told you.
No,
Listen.
nigga, I'm telling you from what I see, nigga, what it is, Dada. This is
You
what
can't see what it is if you've never been there.
How you gonna
Listen to me.
bro? Yo, Cap, this is what I'm trying to tell you. You wouldn't know where the fuck I've been. This is the first thing first. A real nigga's not gonna tell you where the fuck he been.
Bro,
I'm not gonna sit here and glorify shit, this, that, I bet.
We're not glorifying nothing.
Nah, but you ain't gonna tell me where I've been, nigga. That's not
I'm
what
telling you what you're saying about the situation is wrong.
All right, but look at Cap. Long story short, whatever the fuck you say, at the end of the day, Sean G ain't no fucking Meech, Dada. They don't get the same notoriety or same type of stamp when they in the federal system, Dada.
Okay, listen to what I'm saying to you.
No,
I'm saying this. I'm saying this to you. Listen. In prison, no man is bigger than no man. Listen to what I'm saying to you. No man in prison has more clout than any other man in prison on certain levels. You know, on low levels and shit like that, yeah, people look at, oh, that's Big Meech. He got money.
Bro, you're not approaching Sean G how you approach Wayne Perry, motherfucker. Point blank period, bro.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. You're not saying, listen to what I'm saying to you. Wayne Perry would never do what Sean G just did.
You're not approaching Wayne Perry how you approach Sean G, nigga.
Wayne Perry would never do what Sean G just did because of his understanding and knowledge of prison.
That's what makes
Sean G hasn't been no fucking where.
I get it, but Sean G, and Wayne Perry's Wayne Perry. You're saying the same shit I'm saying. Sean G conduct himself the way he conducts himself. Wayne Perry would never conduct himself how Sean G does. So you're not approaching them the same, nigga. Everybody's different, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you, You're trying to act like Sean G could just tell Big Meech, oh yeah.
No, you said it that. You said in prison. You said in prison.
All the niggas who want to stand there, Big Meech will smack the shit out of this nigga.
Yo, listen, let me tell you something right now. Niggas will smack the shit out of Big Meech too. Big Meech is a regular man. Let's not get that fucked up. Nobody's bigger than nobody in prison.
Come on, bruh.
Yo, you see? Look, that's what I ain't say niggas. I didn't say no one will touch Big Meech. I'm saying Big Meech don't have to sit there and try to act to touch this nigga Sean G. Sean G ain't got nobody that's smacking Big Meech, nigga. That's a motherfucking fact.
Listen, that's not a fact, man.
He was sitting there for 30 years. You think he's gonna sell his way out? Come on.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. We getting off course. We're taking it somewhere else. I want to stay on topic about this coward here. We ain't on here to argue. We don't do that, bro.
We're not arguing, nigga.
Y'all niggas.
We getting aggressive. I want to hear you, Cap, right now. I want to hear what you say. Come on, nigga.
Listen to what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
In prison, right?
Yeah.
No man is bigger than another man. I mean, I'm gonna say this to you. A man is a man. He's how he carried himself. It's how how he maneuvers and that makes you a man in certain situations, right?
Yeah.
There's no man that's bigger than another man on man time in prison. Yeah. Now, listen, you got shot callers and you got whatever the case may be. They still respect the men that's in the same car. That don't mean that the men look up to him because he got a title. I'm telling you on what I've been through.
Yeah.
He just got respect. You know, everybody respects certain, magnitudes of that person. That don't make that person more valuable than that person or more respectful than that person.
When a person got stories, right? And then he start doing his character, and then he actually shows you that he's really that, and that's who he really is, people start looking at this person differently, and certain people get attached to him that ain't gonna allow certain people like Asanji to tell him, yo, don't stand next to me. Don't like, who the fuck is you to be talking to this?
Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying to you. We talking about a certain topic here on how things run on a prison status, right? Listen.
It ran on who you are, nigga. I'm not allowing certain shit to happen, That's what it is.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. If the allegations Sean G was pushing was true, Sean G would be able to tell Meech or whoever the fuck else on that level of doing what they're accusing him of. If he would have done that, he didn't do it, but if he would have done that, and he was in prison with him, and he went to talk to him, he said, "Yo, listen, man, you can't talk to me. Get the fuck away from me." That shit would stand, or they would fight, or whatever would go on, and nobody would help Meech because they saying that he's no good. This is what I'm telling you. You telling me about the status of the man who he is now. I'm telling you about. We're talking about what they put out on him. That's what I was trying to explain to you, but you jumped the gun. I'm
Nah,
saying
I
to
ain't
you
jumped the
that
gun.
if
I just feel like, boom, I'm Big Meech, right? I never ratted, Dada. My fees held high, Dada. I pay everybody. Niggas pay. I've been paying niggas monthly fees, Dada, since they've been going to jail since jail was jail, Dada. Niggas get locked up. I give them $8,000 a month. There's so many niggas that's already been locked up that I don't know about that guy that actually fuck with me that I don't gonna know that. So y'all niggas gonna whisper over here and somebody's gonna smack you for whispering. It's not even gonna get to me. That's what I'm trying to say. It won't even reach me, nigga.
what I'm saying to you is this. I'm talking about individual on individual. I'm not talking about you paying somebody else. That's not what
It's
I
not
was
paying
saying.
nobody. I know about that. People respect you differently, nigga. You're not doing none of that. You don't know it. You ain't got a lot of rank in here, Dada. What the fuck? I've been having niggas in the feds. Niggas been allegedly. Niggas been going to the feds for BMF, Dada. This ain't the first rodeo. So if niggas been getting locked up, he already had niggas that's already sitting. That was already there.
We don't want to listen, let's not get off of, let's not go into other stuff here. We're talking about the individual point I was making from what he said.
Yeah, for John
Let's stay on that. Let's stay on that and not go into 10,000 motherfuckers being locked up. And that ain't got nothing to do with what we're talking about, brother. Listen,
go ahead.
We're talking about an individual being something, right? That's not of federal, that's not of prison standards, not even federal. We're talking about on any prison level. That's not of prison standards. Ratting is not something that you boast about, or you comfortable, or people in jail are comfortable with, because there's a lot of men in prison that's been ratted on.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. We're not talking about if it's Big Meech or it's Big Tone or it's Big Lou or whoever the fuck. If you done something that's wrong to someone, I am entitled to tell you, get the fuck away from me. Yes, even Sean G is entitled to tell him that. Now, what happens after that ain't got nothing to do with what he said, but he's entitled to say that because of the standard of what happened.
All right. That's
all I'm
saying. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, that's your point of view. What he doing, he feel comfortable right now. That's why he doing it.
Bruh.
He know they
We not
watching Big
talking
Meech.
about.
Big Meech can't retaliate on that. He can say whatever he want.
BG,
he feel
listen
comfortable.
to me. I was just making a point on how it works. We're not talking about who it is.
I feel you, but what I'm saying is he feel comfortable talking like that.
You're not gonna be able to.
No, I'm not knocking your
Big Meech, he ain't gonna be able to
I'm not
retaliate on that.
knocking nobody's perspective. I'm giving you how it works. Forget about Sean G got a perspective on if Big Meech told or not. So are we supposed to run with that because it ain't true?
If the feds is watching your ops, you don't feel comfortable talking with everything.
Listen, I'm saying this, man.
And now you get it.
Listen. I'm gonna say this to you. I'm gonna put y'all in the place of someone being in prison. Forget about Big Meech, Sean G, all that shit. I'm painting a scenario here. You in prison, right? Somebody told on you. You got time. All right. You come out in the compound. They start talking about, yo, man, you know, so and so saying he works on this guy. You've been eating with this guy for a period of time. You never knew he was a rat. None of that shit. You took it upon yourself to just say, you know what, man? He been here for 15 days. His legal work and shit didn't come yet. He been talking to me. I'm gonna take it upon myself to say, you know what? This guy's all right. I'm gonna go deal with him. Now it comes out that he's no good. You then feel like, yo, hold on, you betrayed me, motherfucker. Get the fuck away from me. You entitled to do that. Whatever the consequences is behind that, you got to deal with that too. But you're entitled to say, I don't give a fuck who it is. It could have been the president.
But you're making a scenario add up to what you're saying, bro.
No,
Like,
I'm saying I'm giving you what I was saying. What I was saying is what I'm
But
giving
he's
you.
not a rat.
We understand. Listen, we understand
And
that.
there's no paperwork.
But
So you said you can't talk if there's no paperwork. You can't sit there and say this
you
nigga's a rat.
can't, which is true. I stated that already.
That's like if you locked up and deeming somebody no good without no paperwork.
So you
Listen.
saying, yo, get away from me, niggas like, yo, why you say that? Oh, this nigga thing is gonna be a problem with him and the BMF members, nigga. BMF is still BMF in jail. That's what you're not saying. No one's saying Meech is a rat in jail. So I'm trying to tell you that BMF is still BMF. You could say, oh my god, they're not jumping on. Hold on. No, I'm up to cap. Can I talk? You could say, oh yeah, they're not gonna. Everybody's gonna be personal. Everybody, nigga, blood niggas is jumping these niggas. Latin niggas is so you don't control what the fuck these niggas is doing, nigga. The Mexicans ain't gonna keep it fair. They control what the fuck them niggas is doing. You can't say, oh yeah, just because I want to stand up, that they want to stand up, nigga. No, the blood niggas is jumping, Crip niggas is jumping. Whoever feels like they gonna jump someone. This is my cousin. I ain't let him fight. This is my people. I ain't let this nigga fight. I grew up with this nigga since J-High. He ain't definitely going. He swings, I swing. What are you talking about? No one's going to disrespect other people. You can say, oh, everybody can say what the fuck they want, nigga. Sean G would have been tied up, nigga, with a fucking sock in his mouth, nigga, for a good 2 days, real shit, before he even got to Meech, nigga. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Listen to what I'm saying, man.
Don Dada.
We going, we taking this.
All right, so let's go back to what you say.
I'm stating what I know. I'm saying that I'm just saying this. If Sean G was in prison and he did what he did, yes, there's consequences behind that because you can't do that.
Thank you.
You can't slander a man's name.
Thank you.
We know that. I wanted this podcast to state that, and I did from the very beginning. I don't want us to go left and start talking about who this one is and who that one is. That's not why we're here. We're here. Listen, if Sean G did that to you and it wasn't right, I'm going to stand up for you the same way I'm talking about it now. Any man that's done his time the right way.
You just said that you won't stand up for me, that you going to let him talk to me like that, just because he's a man and I'm a man, so you going to allow him.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. That's not what I said. What I'm saying to you is this. Remember, me and you talked about this off air on the phone before we even started this thing here. And I told you that I'm here to go at Sean G for what he did, which is wrong. Let's stay on that part. Let's not get it to where we're making it like as if I'm defending Sean G.
That's what
I don't ever want that to be because I started this to go at Sean G myself because I had a conversation with Sean G like I did you on the phone.
Yeah.
And I said all of this stuff I'm saying now to him that you cannot slander a man's name without proof.
What he said? What he said, Kev? What he say? He not slandering Meech's name?
No, he listen. When we had the conversation, he kept going back to the paperwork. The paperwork don't say that Meech told you being biased because you knew somebody who knew Cuffy. That's your whole projective on this shit. It ain't got nothing to do with what you're reading because what you're reading ain't adding up to what you're saying.
That's why we here right now because he keep on.
That's why we here.
Because ain't nothing in it. So why you keep bringing paperwork?
And I want to give some clarification because we was saying a lot of things while we was talking.
Right.
One thing for sure, two things for sure. I'm a law-abiding citizen, and no, I haven't been to jail or none of that shit, and that's a great thing. And you shouldn't promote that shit about it. And everybody who's been to jail, they ain't real. And everybody who comes from jail ain't this. You know what I'm saying everything's the same about it. And everybody who's been out of jail. Don't mean that these niggas put in more work than this nigga or that. It don't matter.
That doesn't mean.
This is what matters. This is what matters, that it's a great thing to be living like that. And there's people that actually make it. All right? So make it. Make sure that you're making it.
And I also want to say this. There's men who've been to prison that have learned their lesson and have came back to society like myself.
I'm finna say.
And promoting greatness to youth, to families, to life.
Allegedly.
That's doing the right perspective now. So that's what I'm saying. There's great men that have done prison time.
And some niggas, you know, some niggas get smacked, and some niggas get smacked. Like niggas who act tough, like in the streets, they get smacked, and then they start acting better. They won't be acting tough with other people. So that happens to jail. Some niggas go to jail, they're like, yo, I ain't built for jail, so I ain't going back to that. So they live a whole different dynamic. Everybody lives a different dynamic of life.
All of that's true in what
yeah,
we're
in a
saying.
sense. And some people change for the better too.
Now let's go back to where we were. Let's go back to the segment at hand where this guy is wrong for what he's done. Because
what is it? What's the segment, GG?
The people need to understand that.
Sean, all right, so the segment is that Kev saying that Sean G, he's about to tell us why Sean G, shouldn't be talking the way he's talking on Matthew Clocks, and him claiming that Big Meech is a snitch, when it's just not, now he's over here elaborating on a bunch of false narratives, that we over here, that Kev's over here thinking like, yo, look what the fuck he's saying, he don't make sense, and he's not trying to tell the whole truth. So if he ain't trying to tell the whole truth, he's trying to say that he's on Cuffy's side, he's just pushing it at him. Kev's trying to say that let it be like the truth. Let the truth be the truth. Go ahead, Kev.
Yeah.
You gotta sit back. He just trying to get a bag.
Listen, the Sean G went about this totally wrong from the very beginning. He became biased because he was in a jail with someone that talked about this situation without there being any paperwork, nothing. He just elaborated on G, whatever he elaborated. Then Cuffy went on the internet and started saying what he's saying about Big Meech, which I'm saying this from Cuffy's standpoint. In the very beginning, when you get locked up, you get a complaint. When you get the complaint, you're reading it. All of these CWs and CS1s and all of this, you're playing out the part that you played out in society. So you're putting people in those places where CS1 and CW2 and all that shit is. You're putting people in those places because you're reading this.
So you want me to play some of this shit?
So, yeah, you can play some of it with this clown.
Niggas got into it in the courtroom, and the father had to jump in and break it up and convince Southwest T to take the 30 ball too.
Just down, what are you trying to say, nigga?
Stop it right there. I want to elaborate on that point.
Go ahead.
First of all, let me explain something, how this thing goes. They had a co-defendant meeting. The lawyers went to the judge, got the okay to have a co-defendant meeting for Meech and his brother, which takes place at a prison, not in a courtroom. The father was not there in the meeting they had, the co-defendant meeting. They're trying to convince Southwest T that, listen, it would be better if we take the plea deal. Remember, we get points.
Kev, the lawyers let Southwest T and Big Meech have a one-on-one real quick before Meech pled in. That was part of the plea arrangement, that they'll let him see his brother one time, his father was there.
Okay, listen to what I'm saying to you. Whatever happened, they let him talk to his brother, whatever the case may be.
But Sean G's a kid. He just said, oh shit, they let him talk to his brother. They were arguing. His father stopped it. You don't know why they were arguing.
So they're saying Southwest T didn't want to take the plea deal. Okay.
Yeah.
They have the meeting. I mean, it could have been some words said to each other, but I don't believe that he wanted to harm his brother because he didn't want to plead guilty. He wanted to go to trial, so he wanted to fight his brother in the court.
They was arguing. They was mad. Nigga, you got me not so bad. No, it's your fault.
Kid, I don't understand this, kid. What you mean deal? Like, how you don't even know what you're gonna get once you plea out to the court. So how the fuck they talking about? They just got blessed with the bottom end. How they got? I don't understand what a deal.
I'm gonna explain that part too. I'm gonna explain that part. Listen to me. Now, criminal history plays a part in all of this too. Now, listen. First of all, Meech wouldn't get life in prison pleading out to his charges. Neither would Southwest T. They got the low end of the deal because the government proposed this plea deal to them.
Wow.
They didn't make that up. They proposed a plea deal. They accepted it. That's not telling on nobody. They accepted the plea deal, like 97% of the guys do in the
That's facts. Like
we ain't talking about the dudes that tell. We talking about they pled guilty to the charges that was on the indictment.
Yeah.
Within the plea deal, it states that they would give them the guideline range, which was 360 months or whatever. They pled guilty to that. They got it. Okay. Now, laws have changed within the federal law that states that they would get time reductions on the quantity of crack compared to cocaine, which he did get. He was sentenced to 360 months. They take off 2 points that put him where he was, whatever he was at but they took off. Big Meech did not tell. Southwest T did not tell. They pled guilty to the indictment. They got 360 months on their plea deal. We all understand that. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen the plea deal myself. I know that they didn't tell. I know that they got time reduction. Southwest T got the act for his
COVID act.
COVID, his ailments. He had body ailments. They released him early. Okay. Big Meech did not get released early.
They denied him. He had to keep fighting.
They denied him for that pardon. Okay. Big Meech did his time as a man. All the shit that happened with Cuffy and all that shit, he never got a time reduction for that. He never spoke to anybody about Cuffy. He never went and told the prosecutor this, that, and the third. That third party shit, there's never no signature saying that they participated in it or whatever the case may be. We all know this now. Now that the truth is coming out, this guy who was slandering him for months now is now saying, oh, you could come on my podcast and we could go back and forth about what you believe. That's not how this goes. You have to have the legal literature to say what you're saying, and you don't have it. And now you're trying to take the coward way out by saying, oh, you can come on my platform, which is going to get him money. That's all this is about.
Man ain't gonna never go to that man flat.
We know that. He ain't never going to that man.
You done spoke ill. You done already put bullshit out. Who the fuck going to support you? The real person go support you now? You got to be crazy, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's why. And now, what you were saying is right. What you saying is right, Cap. I'm gonna say this. My emotion got the best of me because the snaky shit he's doing. You can see what he's doing. And he don't even know what he wants to do. He's not really passionate about this shit. So him not being passionate about this shit, it seems like he's doing it for the money, and someone's telling him to do it, but he actually don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you where Sean G's pushed to do what he's doing now. He's went and did several interviews with several different people, right?
Yeah.
And now that the people that he's doing the interviews with are saying, yo, Big Meech didn't do that. Now he's trying to take the coward way out and say, well, Meech, I want to talk to you. I want to elaborate on what No. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
You got to apologize to that man on a platform. So you can't be bold in slander and try to be quiet in apologizing. Like you trying to get around apologizing. Just apologize to the man. Say, yo, listen,
because you know why? You gotta understand, he just racked up so many views off fucking this man up. Now, you know, if he fuck around and turn back around and do the opposite and bring him up, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like that. Hold up. Now, we only watch your channel because you was, you know what I'm saying? You had
he became a person. Fact. I'm not a person, but he became somebody off this shit.
So
he ain't gonna be back with this shit.
We can't work with you on that. We don't want to hear Big Meech doing good. We want to hear that Big Meech told. You know what I'm saying? Like, he told, right? He told. Where it's at? So it's never gonna come out. He told. Well, fuck your channel. You lose all of them supporters. My God.
I want to say this, right? From a man's perspective. Sometimes you got to man up, regardless of what you lose, and say, listen, I fucked up. I dropped the ball here. I made a mistake. Not a mistake. I pushed a narrative that wasn't correct. So I need to fix it.
Take accountability, son G.
Take accountability.
You can't apologize for calling somebody a rat, though.
Sean G all over the place, homie. I just told you.
Bro, but
He
this is a
trying to taste. He trying to taste some of this. He tasted some of that. He just used his son for a GoFundMe on some other legitimate shit. Sean G just got a big plate from. He just trying to taste all the flavors. I'm telling you.
He's a different type of person.
Yeah, but that's still in all. With all he's done, other outside of this, is cool. But this right here is not cool.
He acts like he's Tammy Cohen's. He does act like that nigga act like he's about to, yeah, facts. And Tammy Cohen's in 50 Cent didn't drop the documentary that we said that he ain't gonna drop. Where that documentary's at? Niggas was mad at us. Like,
I'm gonna tell you this: that documentary's not gonna come out. Let me tell you why. Because it's built on slander. It's not built on truth. Tammy Cowens does not have any information that can say that Big Meech told on Cuffy.
Yeah.
She don't have it.
Bro, she not gonna do that anyway because Big Meech, dog. Look at all this shit going on. Do you see Big Meech playing with that lady? Do you see Big Meech play? Do you see anybody in Big Meech's family playing with that lady? They not on that. They not doing that, bro. You know what I'm saying? They not playing with that. That lady, she do what she do, right? But Big Meech cut her off on that level. He cut off. So why would he worry about? That's y'all worrying about that lady. That lady ain't did shit to me.
And everybody's worried about the clout. No one's trying to fuck with that lady no more.
I want to say this too. Cuffy is not in prison for what Tammy and Big Meech's
believe that
deals were.
Believe that.
Cuffy is in prison for them getting a warrant to put audio and video on him and them gaining information on a brand new case because they couldn't use what she had first presented because she went and started sleeping with the prosecutor and all this shit and that. So what they did is they used that to get the warrants for the audio and video. And that gave them the insight they have now, which is the case he had now.
That's a fact.
See, Sean G ain't willing to say that.
They trying to make it seem
not willing to say that.
Yeah, why did he say that? They trying to make it seem like Cuffy's actually locked up because of Tammy and fucking Meech right now. Which what they trying to say there is because
now that started it. That Tammy is a part of Cuffy getting arrested, but Cuffy started dealing with Tammy on his own after a certain point.
They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that, Kel. They don't want to talk about that. That's a whole other level.
Let me tell you something. Why they don't? Let me tell you why they don't. Because Meech is the big fish here. Meech is the big time guy. He's the world knows him. The world don't know Cuffy and Tammy.
Yeah.
But he say he was bigger. They say Cuffy was bigger than Meech. Huh?
That's what they're saying. We don't know
underground world. On the underground world.
We don't know it to be if it's true or not true. We don't even know if Cuffy was bigger than Meech. He probably was. Who knows? I'm just saying this. From what the standards of the magnitude of the standards of this situation is, Meech is the big topic because society saw all of these things on Big Meech. He got a TV. He has a TV series. His son is playing them. All of this. These people don't have none of that. These people wouldn't even be exposed to the world if it wasn't for Big Meech's name being in it. I mean, like I said, from the beginning, Cuffy had a right in the very beginning when he first got locked up and he's reading this shit to say that, damn, I did do business with this one. This part of it says this. This part of it says that, which is in the complaint.
So do you think Sean G? Do you think Sean G would know? Why do people feel Sean G knows so much about the situation?
Because Sean G went and downloaded all of the paperwork off Pacer, and he's reading the case for verbatim, but he's not giving recollection on what he's reading. He's going to being biased and still implementing what Cuffy said to him. He's trying to paint Meech as a rat without the proof. He's painting it because I'm gonna tell you another thing. I'm gonna say this. Sean G didn't do any federal paperwork on his own case. He has a white collar crime. He did tax fraud. He filed taxes illegally for the people. So I mean, he wasn't facing a whole lot of time. So he went in there and pled guilty. Maybe he went home on bail or whatever. Who knows? He did 16 months in prison.
That's a
Those
fact.
type of guys don't do a lot of legal work. So Sean G didn't do no legal work. Sean G don't understand the terms of statutes or nothing. All he's doing is reading a case and being biased towards it and saying certain shit out of his mouth like, oh, I wouldn't even stand next to the guy if he was next to me. I wouldn't do this if he was in the jail with me. And
It was arguing in a courtroom because this nigga took a plea bargain, like just saying random situations, just put it out there. That's what he tried to do. That's a fact, Dada. But we're gonna get back into this.
So I also know that,
And this is all in the paperwork.
I also know that there had been a
Hello?
motion put in because they wanted to.
Yeah. We gonna watch a little more there.
The government was trying to try them together,
excuse
and
me, I
they
just got a
wanted
call.
to separate. Like they had put in a motion to try and separate the trial, and the government was saying, "There's no try. We want to try them together." So obviously, there was obviously a difference in the approach to the trial, right, to their defense. So it sounds to me, and I don't.
No, at the end of the day, the lawyer told me, Dada, if you was to run alone, Dada, you got a better chance of beating it than Terry does, Dada. But Terry's definitely not beating it, Dada. And Meech was like, nah, I bet. Then I'm gonna take a plea bargain, Dada. And Terry's gonna have to take this fucking plea bargain because he's hot and he wants to take the trial. So that's what he was having his conversations with the lawyer. They just trying to, say they're gonna say whatever. They just say, all right, Southwest T and his brother was arguing, whatever the case may be. That's not the case. Big Meech was heated that he gonna have to do time, because he's actually, if he was a shiesty motherfucker, he could actually run it alone, and get free. He got a better chance. He had a whole better chance of beating it. That's exactly what happened.
Throw your brother under the bus.
But he didn't.
Really know, but I heard that a motion had been put in asking for, can we separate the trial so that then maybe, Meech could plead guilty and Southwest could try and go to trial. But obviously I could see how Southwest would be irritated or upset with him taking a plea, because it's like, if you take a plea,
I gotta take
it doesn't look good. Well, it doesn't look good for me. It's already a strike against me, I guess.
Well, they had them together.
If they could bring it up, I'm assuming they could bring it up, or at the very least they could go to, whether Meech would or wouldn't, I don't know, but they would at least try and pressure him to testify at the trial, right? If you go to trial, if these other guys have pled guilty, once they're incarcerated, a year later, if this trial's happening, the government comes to you and says, look, you got 30 years. You could cut that in half right now. Just testify at the trial. Maybe get 20 years off. You could be out of here in a few years. That'd be pretty hard too to do. So it's kind of forced upon.
Matthew over there trying to throw in a little couple speculations in there so Sean G could start going, Dada. That's what you want. You want him
But
to
watch
start
what
going.
Sean G says here, and I'm gonna stop it after that, which is not true. Watch what he says.
On him.
No offense, but if you're
These niggas is tweaking, Dada. Sean G's, man, he just like you said, Dada. That nigga's different, bro. He got captured.
Forced upon Southwest T.
Okay. So they end up going to they go to prison.
They go to prison. And he's doing his time. And
were they ever in prison together? Were they ever in the same prison?
Who, Southwest T and Meech?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I don't think they
I
were.
doubt it.
I don't think they were. I
don't know where Southwest T went, but I know Meech, I think his first stop was
I want you to go back a little
Georgia,
bit where he talks about,
because he specifically asked to be
Southwest
close
T
to
wanting to go, that if he goes to trial, they would use Meech against him. Just go to that part, and I'm gonna stop it and I'll elaborate on why that wouldn't happen.
We can't find out. We won't be able to actually find it right now.
Part right here. It's in this part right before he says that they go to prison. He says the thing about trial. Just go back a little bit.
And the father and I don't mean no disrespect.
Yeah.
I want to keep in
Stay right there. Stay right there.
the
Stay right there.
guideline range, and being the kingpin of a CCE, right? Once he takes his plea, nobody else within BMF anywhere on the planet can go to trial.
Stop it.
Because
Stop it.
you
Stop
have
it. Stop it.
the kingpin, because you have to have at least.
Stop it. Now, let me elaborate on something here. That is a false narrative he just put out there. Anyone can go to trial, regardless of who pleads guilty or not. He's telling a lie right there. And
hold on. I'm gonna just make it real quick. Facts. Doug just did it. Doug just pleaded out. The kingpin just pleaded out.
He's saying if you play these and one of y'all take a plea, then bringing the other one to trial. That's what he's saying.
No, he said he said this out verbatim. Don't put words in his mouth. He said
just did what Doug did.
He said if the head of the case, the head of the indictment, pleads guilty,
out.
No one else on the case can go to trial. That's it.
They're not gonna take them to trial.
Hold on.
He's pleaded out, and yet God just did with the trial.
Let everybody land. Let everybody land. Let everybody land.
Now, DG, go ahead and say what you were saying.
So if you take a deal, right? If we code these, and I take the deal. So that means I'm giving you up. They're not gonna take you to trial.
That's not
true. There ain't gonna be no more trials. Everybody else is
not true. That's not true.
100%.
That's not true. I'm not gonna allow you to sit here and say that because it's not true. Any man,
bro. What do you mean, man?
Listen,
what do you mean?
Any man that wants to go to trial can go, regardless of who pleads guilty.
But you could, because somebody telling on you.
Bro, listen
That's
to
why
me.
they got the plea.
Listen to me. When you plead guilty, you're pleading guilty to the indictment, right? They're not going to use you at trial to go on a stand and tell on your co-defendant. You didn't work for the government. You just pled guilty to the indictment. That's where people get it mixed up at. It doesn't work that way. So I'm saying again, this guy does not know what the hell he's talking about. He's just on the internet talking.
You just switched up what you said.
Anyone can go to trial.
Yeah, come on. I've been in court recently. He switched it up twice. We're talking about taking a plea when you code these. Good, you can't take a plea for a lesser case. Right?
No, hell no.
Yeah. Listen.
Right, so look, so we just got him on that one.
Listen, he's pleading guilty to his indictment. He's not pleading guilty and saying that, yo, I'm going to help y'all against my co-defendant if he goes to trial. That's not what he said. I've been in the federal prison with plenty of people that their co-defendants pled guilty and they went to trial. Did they blow trial? Yes. Did they use the co-defendants against them? No. That's what I'm trying to let you know. He don't know what he's talking about here. Anybody on any case can go to trial, regardless of what somebody else on the case did.
Hey, it's top dog. It's top dog. It ain't you. It ain't no little youngster. You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter.
It's top dog. It's top dog taking that plea. Everybody else is cooked. What you mean? How you getting out of there if you talk? Explain that.
Listen to me.
No, explain this. If you top dog, how you getting out of the case? Explain that.
You're not getting out of the case. You're pleading guilty to your indictment, man.
You giving up everybody else.
Listen. You. That's what I mean about not
saying the same shit.
Not knowing the system, any state system, federal system, whatever. It doesn't matter who pleads guilty if you choose to go to trial or not. That doesn't. If I say, let's say me and you are co-defendants, I plead guilty, right? You say I'm going to trial regardless.
No, we're not talking about pleas. We're talking about taking deals.
He didn't take a deal. What are you talking about? That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're not listening. Meech did not take a deal. He pled guilty to the indictment. He didn't take a deal. A deal is working for the government. He didn't work for the government.
He took a
That's
deal.
Why I say
they made a 30-year deal.
You gotta know case law to understand what I'm saying.
But Kel, wait, Kel. You just said that the government gave him a 30-year deal. Now you said that.
No, The plea agreement was 30 years.
I'm talking
If
to
you
a
go
wall
to
right
trial,
now.
if you go to trial, you facing life. We know that.
That's our timing today. Fuck it.
Listen,
Yo, it's dialogue. Everybody stay, look at everybody stay strong on what they believe, and we have.
All right, no, not saying what they believe. I'm going on what's right
opinion?
and not what we think.
Yeah. Go
What's
ahead,
right is this: because Meech pled guilty, don't mean Southwest T can't go to trial. It doesn't mean that Meech that they're going to use Meech against him. To use Meech against him, Meech has to sign a deal with the government saying that he's going to tell on his co-defendant. That's the deal. He didn't do that.
Go ahead, DG.
That's what I'm saying.
DG, you got niggas standing near you, nigga. You wanna speak up, nigga?
Listen, what I'm saying to him is this. I mean, DG really don't know.
No,
He's
it's a
asking
plea.
questions.
Hey, that's different. Hey, a deal and a plea is different. I could plead no contest. I could plead guilty. You, I feel you. I get what you're saying. But
Yes.
if you giving up everybody else, you top dog, how you gonna get a deal?
Join up. You could join the link.
Listen, he didn't get a deal. He decided to plead guilty to the indictment that was in front of him. What he's arrested for. He didn't say he gonna go in there and tell on everybody. No, he pled guilty to the indictment.
Join the link.
The government then said,
nobody's saying he told.
and then the government then said, well,
I'm saying
he's pleading guilty in a timely manner, this,
top
that, and third, and we're gonna give him.
Hold on, one at a time. One at a time. What'd you say? What you were saying? What you said, DG?
Maurice Freeman wants to come up here. Please let him come up here because he understands.
I'm saying if you come up, if you gonna come up, the data, you could come up, the keep your cam down. You don't have to cam up, the data. Or if you want to call
I'm not saying Meech told. He definitely didn't. Like, who's gonna tell after 30 years? Come on.
No, I'm not saying you saying that Meech told. I'm trying to give you the elaboration on.
What I'm saying is if you talk.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying to you is this: it doesn't work like you're saying it works. The man pled guilty to the indictment itself. He didn't agree to work for the government. He pled guilty to the indictment. The government then proposes a plea deal, not a rat deal. Within you pleading guilty in a timely manner, we're willing to give you 30 years because you're pleading guilty.
Go ahead, Money Mo. What's goody, Dundada? We can't really hear you, Dundada. Your fingers probably underneath the thing.
The microphone.
When you hit that StreamYard, you gotta restart the mic. It'll be like that.
Go ahead, Money Mo. All right, well, restart it there. You have to restart it. You have to leave and come back.
Yeah.
So right. It's so many levels that you just covered when you was talking. That's why it's just so much going on, Kev.
Yeah. Kev, you do be putting mad fucking scenarios, Dada. You be switching up the whole dynamic of the which I be previously talking about.
He be interrogating shit.
Go ahead.
No, wait,
Go ahead.
Kev, you got so much knowledge, Kev, of so much physical knowledge to the point where you got a lot to say, homie. And that's just what it is, bro. You stand on it, but at the end of the day, you got to. Everybody don't got that type of understanding knowledge that you got. So when somebody's saying what they knowledge is, they right too, because they got their own experiences too. So it's like it's agree to disagree, and that's just the way it's gonna be. Because
everybody got to learn their knowledge,
niggas got so much experiences on different levels of life, and then that's how they understand it come, Kev. You know, just like you. You know what I'm saying? You got physical. Your shit. See what you keep. You kind of got a lot of advantage because you did. You know what I'm saying? On this, you know, on the end tip, you know, got a lot of physical experience. So I'm telling you, you have to understand that niggas right too in their own knowledge though. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up. So hard to do. Hey, boy that restarted the mic.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're low though. Go ahead, Money Mo.
Okay, I'm left.
What New York was saying is right? Anybody can go to trial, no matter what, no matter who your co-defendant is, or no matter if they plea out. Right now, I got a homeboy right now in Atlanta, right? Matter of fact, shout out to my homie Freckleface Sean. He's going to trial right now, right? And he had like 11 co-defendants. All of them have played out.
Yo, you're speaking into the mic?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you better now. There you go. You doing your stuff to get a little better. What's up?
Check this out. What I was saying is I got a partner right now, right? He on his way to trial. He in the federal system. He's on his way to trial. He had 11 co-defendants. All 11 co-defendants have played out. He's still going to trial.
Yeah, I just was explaining that to them.
And see what I'm trying to say. All right, now from a standpoint, it don't look good when your co-defendants plea out like that. But you go to trial. You going to fucking trial.
Right. Maurice understands what I'm saying.
Nah, that's facts though. Nobody got to get extra time, but at the same time, you don't know who's telling.
Extra time or none of that shit. You know, none of
Yeah,
that.
we're not going into different elaborations of it, DG. We stating on. Let's stay on the factors we on. Not saying who's telling and who ain't telling and who. We just going on. If your co-defendants plead guilty, you can still go to trial. That's the point we're making. We're not going on who told and who didn't.
Do I get to rebuttal? Hey.
You can say whatever you want to say, but I'm just.
What we doing?
Let me show you how.
Yeah, you can speak your mind, nigga. Everybody speak their
That
mind.
dude still talking. Your boy still talking. Let him land. We can't hear him. We got to turn his mic up.
Okay, my phone fucked up, but check this out. New York is spitting true game to y'all. He's spitting a lot of facts to y'all. This is how the feds work. Let me show you how dirty the feds is. Okay, his co-defendants, right? My homeboy, his co-defendants right now might not be telling. But just on the simple fact that he's gonna go to trial, right? The feds the feds might call them and say, look here, he's gonna go to trial.
They gonna tell him,
and they might even try to get those co-defendants now to tell on him, to get their time reduced. You get what I'm saying? So they didn't already went in court and got their time. So they might, the feds might say, well, look, he getting ready to go to trial. We come back, y'all testify against him, and we'll give y'all some love and y'all get a reduction for that shit. You get what I'm saying? That's how the feds play.
Now, what Mo is saying is actually a part of what they can do. But I want to say this: when you plead guilty, you are not working for the government. Let's state that as a fact.
Most niggas.
No one say when you plead guilty, we talking about taking a deal. You be mixing up words, man. Come on.
You're talking about taking
when
a deal.
Nobody talking about pleading guilty. Come on.
GG, you're talking about taking a deal. That's not what we were talking about. You put that into narrative, not us. You're saying taking a deal. You're saying that. What we were saying is, when you plead guilty, you were saying, "Oh, you the head of the indictment. You plead guilty. How you gonna plead guilty and everybody else go to trial? That can happen." And
I said, how do you take a deal?
We're not talking about taking a deal. You study pushing that narrative.
I'm talking about a deal.
We're not talking about taking a deal. You're talking about taking a deal. We're talking about the point that me and Maurice just made. That because you plead guilty, the government don't have to come and say, "Well, we want
plead anything, plead whatever you want."
You said what?
You can plead whatever you want. What you mean?
But what are you talking about? You can't plead whatever you want. You're pleading guilty to your indictment.
Yeah,
whatever the indictment says, you're pleading guilty to that. You can't plead whatever you want. It don't work like that.
I'm talking about taking a deal.
We're not talking about taking a deal. You study pushing that narrative. Nobody took a deal. So what are you talking about?
Hey, can y'all hear me better now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I had to get in the car. My phone fucked up. But yeah, that's not a deal, dog. When you plea out, that's not a deal. Most niggas don't plea out because you're gonna get 3 points for that shit. You're gonna get 3 points for accepting responsibility.
That's right.
So most motherfuckers is gonna plea out, my nigga. And that's not telling. That's just saying, okay, the feds might come at you and they might have your ass on audio and video, right? They might have you on audio and video. Okay, now if they come at you and say, look, we got you on this shit. You can plea out right now. What the fuck you look like saying that's not me and they got you on audio and video? They're going to give you 3 points for saying, yes, that's me.
For acceptance of responsibility in a timely manner.
Right, for accepting that shit. So and here's another thing that niggas get it fucked up on with the feds, right? When you get in there, as soon as you get there, they're going to tell you to take a piss test. Many niggas ain't going to even want to take the piss test, not even knowing that's going to help you get goddamn 18 months off your sentence if you piss dirty. If you go in that motherfucker and piss dirty and say, look, I got a drug problem, they're going to put you in the drug class, you're going to get 18 months off or less for that shit.
Right, but now hold on, let me elaborate on that.
Right. Give them the game, New York, and they don't know the game. Give them the game.
Someone must have called in, but go ahead, Money Mo. Go ahead, Money Mo. What else? What else?
Yeah, no, what I was saying is New York. What happened in New York? Because New York giving y'all good game. He giving y'all how the feds work, bro. But like many niggas, like I say, many niggas are going there and say, "No, I ain't dirty. I'm not a drug addict or none of that shit." And then they'll get in that system, and now they want to be an addict because they see everybody getting a year and a half off for being an addict. But
yeah. Yo, y'all still there?
I'm here, GG.
All right. Shit froze.
Mike cut out.
All right. So what y'all gotta say about this? What y'all gotta say?
Hey, listen. One thing about what's going on right now is this, like I always tell everybody, everybody got their own knowledge, everybody got their own opinion, understanding. There's nothing wrong with none of what everybody's saying. He got facts, he got facts, DG got facts, everybody got facts. But, like I keep saying, everybody have their own knowledge of understanding for how they perceive things.
Yo, peace of love. This is all good dialogue, nigga. This is all good dialogue.
That's what I'm adding on to it.
I want to say this, right? I want to say this. On the level we're speaking on now, myself and Maurice have been in this situation. So we're just giving y'all the facts of how it works.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You can't take facts from another system and try to implement it in this system. It doesn't work that way. The feds and the state are two different, totally different systems. They don't work the same at all.
All right.
So what I'm giving y'all is the dialogue on how the federal system works. There's no other facts and all that. That the facts of what we're talking about is the facts of the federal system, because that's where Meech did his time. That's where Cuffy's at right now. That's where this coward is saying that this man ratted and he didn't rat it. He's just talking. He's talking on a federal level. So let's keep it on those standards and have an understanding of what's right, not giving an opinion on what we think. That's what Sean G's doing. We don't want to do that. You understand what I'm saying? We want to go on the factors. And that's why we're having this dialogue on this podcast, because Sean G is not going on factors. He's going on presumptions. And we can't do that. We got to go on the factors on how the system works. And the elaboration on how the system works is what me and Maurice have given to you guys as far as taking a plea deal or going to trial or whatever the case may be. That's what I'm saying. Let's not go off course here and say, oh, I'm making a point on this elaboration and that elaboration. That point is not void here, because it's non-void here, because the facts are the facts. Sean G is doing the same thing, making presumptions on things he knows nothing about, and now he got to eat his words. You see how quiet he was in certain segments when the guy Matthew asked him certain questions?
He didn't know too much.
So that's what I'm saying. We don't want to do that.
Was Southwest and Big Meech in jail? I don't know.
Respectfully, man. Respectfully.
We don't want to do that here. Respectfully, we want to go on the facts. We don't want to go on speculation or presumptions or assumptions. We're going to go on what's right. That's all. Facts. You know? We don't want to say, well, I think this or I think that, or this could happen or that could happen, because those are not facts.
So what all I want to say is that DG got his own story that he trying to get people to understand that he got. You got your knowledge, which I hope he understood it just now. And it's not a debate or argument about who knows.
No, it's not.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their understanding for what their physical experience, what they went through. And like I said, you and Maurice, hey man, y'all got something to give us. And I pray everybody received it. And I pray, you know what I'm saying, y'all give DG a chance to receive what he got to say. Because it's facts too. He just got another understanding of his situation, not yours. He can't say what his is what you're talking about. Totally different. But he does have his own situation to understand it.
We want to stay on topic here, though. We don't want to get pushed off left. The topic of this podcast segment is that this guy Sean G has been telling a whole bunch of lies and slandering a man's name with no proof.
Respectfully. Yeah.
And certain factors are going to come out where the truth of the matter has to be elaborated on. Certain people ask certain questions that needs the truth elaborated on it and not a speculation or trying to get an understanding of something that's not there. We want to talk about the factors of what is taking place. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Maurice,
but maybe we gotta let everybody. You know what I'm saying? We gotta let everybody. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have. We echoing on someone shit. You gotta have everybody have their thoughts on that, because maybe most of the you don't know a lot of people's thinking like DG. You know what I'm saying? So you educated, you know what I'm saying? If anything, or DG, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people is thinking in any type of way. So we elaborate, or maybe everybody need understanding. What's up, Ada? Ada on the ghost in the house?
What's goody, bros?
What's going on?
What's goody with y'all now? Good conversation, good bill, man. You know, I'm listening in with the bros.
Yeah.
I think he went up there kind of cooking Meech again with the wild one. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I still think he could have did, you know what I mean? Because he's not filling in the gaps of certain things, or he's seeing things as more assertive or more firm than what the paperwork say. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I think Michael Cox kind of messed up with I think the name Michael Cox, whatever the guy name is. I think
Matthew
Cox. My bad, Matthew. I think he kind of, you know what I mean? He was doing his own information too. But
yeah, I can hear him now. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you, Maurice.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, did it. Okay, my phone fucking up, man. My bad. This shit so strong, I had to go goddamn get some weed and roll it up.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But what I was saying, man. Hey, New York, where you was at, man? I did my time in Edgefield, man. Back in the day.
I've been in several different prisons, man. I was in Lewisburg. Okay. I was in Allenwood.
Yeah.
Did that. Yeah. You know, I was in I went to a medium at a certain point. I was in Raybrook. I came home from Big Sandy. I got kicked out of Raybrook. I went to
you was in Big Sandy. I got a little homie right now in Big Sandy. He said that shit is biting.
Shit rough, man. He said that. They changed the crack law when I went there. I went home from Big Sandy.
Yeah, they changed the crack law. You changed it. See, I got out right before they changed the crack law. Right. I didn't get none of that shit out. You know what I mean?
What you was
on March the 6th, 2008.
Look, I'm paralyzed, right? I'm paralyzed from the waist down, right? But I got caught. I served a nigga. A nigga came at me on. You know, he was wide up. Audio.
Wait. Why you paralyzed from the waist down?
Oh, I had a motorcycle wreck long years ago, bro. When I was a kid, I had a motorcycle wreck. I'm originally from Detroit. But I raised in Atlanta.
You know? You're in a wheelchair?
Yeah, I'm paralyzed waist down. I did my whole time about paralyzed. And nigga know me. I'm known as Goat the Great. They know me as in the system. They know me as Goat. So you know, like
I gotta respect a person like you, Dada. Like I would have never noticed. I would have never noticed that you were paralyzed, Dada. You don't even look like, you know what I'm saying, you a happy person.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm Gucci, bro. I'm riding around now. I'm in a $100,000 car right now, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a very independent dude. I'm a blessed dude, though, man. I'm a blessed dude. I put God first before anything. You know what I mean? But back to what New York was saying, man. For real talk, those feds, man, they play so dirty. And just because of
you was telling us why you was knocked off.
Oh, I got knocked off. Let me tell you, I did my time. I got caught with 2 ounces of powder, and I served a nigga a 1/4 ounce of crack. My first offense, never been in no trouble. They gave me 7 years for that shit.
Yeah,
I ain't never been in no trouble, but you know, hey, they gave me 7 years for it, so it is what it is. I was category 1.
Yeah,
and never been in no trouble. Did 7 years for the shit, you know.
So
they gave me 7 years. I ended up getting a drug class and shit, you know. And then I didn't even get the full time out of the drug. I might have got about 5 months off on the drug class.
You was paralyzed in jail?
Yeah, I was paralyzed in jail. On the yard. I ain't going to no medical center. Put me on the yard. I'm not your average nigga in the chair, though. Now I ain't your average nigga in the chair, bro.
You learn
I'm very independent. I move around better than the person. I move around better than the average person. I've been all over the states by myself. And like I said, I did my time.
What, like, how are you so patient?
I'm so patient. Well, I learned that from that's what I did. The feds gonna teach you patience, bro. That's one motherfucker thing they gonna teach you patience.
That's
I said you know more patience than others. Your eye view is gonna be way more different than that, just because the situation you're in. Right.
But see, like now, bro, I'm on that yard, though. You know, I got a chance to go to a medical facility, but hell no, put me on the yard. I'm a regular nigga. Put me on the yard.
How long you was paralyzed? How long you was paralyzed since you got knocked off?
I've been paralyzed 35 years, bro.
Yeah.
So when you was knocked off, how long you was paralyzed before you got knocked off?
I got paralyzed. I got paralyzed at 18. I went to the Fed at 27.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I went to the Fed at 27. So hell, and then, but like I ain't gonna lie to you, my federal system was the best thing that happened to me, bro. It was the best thing that happened to me. You know what I mean?
Why would you say that? Does that elaborate? Does that like what makes you?
I'm gonna tell you. For me, I can only speak for me. I'm the type of nigga, right? My parents, my family. Well, my dad, you know, he was, you know how dad. But I come from a spiritual family, right? And so when I got into trouble, I knew couldn't no goddamn body help me but God. I ain't on rat time, so it is what it is. So all I can do is pray, bro, and it got me back closer to my spiritual. You know what I'm saying? It got me back close to my spiritual side.
So you grew up in the church?
Yeah, I grew up in the church. Now I grew up in the streets as well as church.
Yeah, but with your parents and stuff, they put you in church.
Yeah, right. I grew up in church, but at the same time, I was born in the 70s, so you know what came in the 80s. I don't care what, I don't care where you was at. That shit was right outside my door.
You go to Baltimore, everybody gotta go to church. You gonna see everybody. Everybody be outside too. But on Sundays, you gonna see everybody up in that church. Like that's just what it is.
Yeah, now I might party. I might party on Saturday, but in church I might be drunk. But I'm in church. You know, it's real talk.
But that's as a kid. That's as a kid. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel.
But back to this Meech thing, man. Back to this Meech thing. Like Shawty gonna have to apologize to Meech. Sean G gonna have to apologize. I think Cub just got brainwashed by a goddamn a shark female, a snake of a female. That bitch was poison, bro. Straight up.
Yeah.
You know, and she got brainwashed because this I don't knock Cuff. You know, I know a lot of niggas, and I'm sure they know me too. But Cuff, I think Cuff, my nigga, this is just my personal opinion. I think Cuff didn't even think Meech was on this type of time till he went to a fucking Frank's hearing that was 7 years later, 6-7 years later, however long later. Okay.
I want to say something about that point.
Yeah.
I believe you're kind of wrong there, Maurice.
I could be.
Let me explain why. When me and you have been arrested. Well, we all have been. Some people here have been arrested before. Maybe somebody has been in the feds like we have. When you get your complaint,
right,
and you're reading it, and they put CW1 or CS1 you reading that, you know who you did shit with.
Right, bingo. And the name's gonna be blacked out, but you gonna know what the fuck.
Right, because you reading it.
Right,
so now, Cuffy knows what happened with him and Meech as far as the connections.
Right.
So he's putting him in that perspective from the very beginning.
Time frames though, but the time frame was he was saying, look, what he was just saying, the time frame, what he's saying is like Cuffy ain't find out what he's thinking about deeply. Cuffy really found out deeply during the time of the Frank's hearing. Which was years later, which even Cuffy said one, or you know what I'm saying? So when he got the Frank's hearing, he started reading all this other stuff.
Uda, we can't hear you.
You feel me?
Yeah. Well, let me ask y'all this though. Did Cuff have any type of speculation?
Hold on. Money Mo, hold up.
Hey, let me ask y'all this, right?
Yeah.
What you just say? No one
heard you. Did Cuff have any type of speculation? Did he even think though, like, damn man, Meech might have did this shit to me?
All right, Money Mo. Do you think Meech ratted or not? What's your say?
Hell no. Me personally, no. I don't think he told. Right. And matter of fact, Shawty just gave the confirmation. The district attorney just gave the confirmation.
Right, Rand just gave the confirmation.
Rand just gave the confirmation that he didn't tell. That, hey, it wasn't no 30-party agreement.
Now,
right?
Can I run down a perspective on the Tammy situation with Meech and Cuffy?
But Rand was also talking about a whole nother situation, which was the BMF situation. He wasn't talking about Cuffy.
All right, listen, we understand that. Uda, we understand that. But I want to give a perspective on the Cuffy situation with Tammy and Meech. Meech sent Tammy to do whatever, make a deal with Cuffy. On the money perspective.
On the money tip, right.
On the money perspective.
Right.
But Tammy was already working for the government on her own.
Right.
From another case. She realized she could get paid if she does something behind these two guys' back. Without them knowing she's doing it.
Right.
That's what took place with Meech, Tammy, and Cuffy. Meech didn't have nothing to do with Tammy telling. And that's what everybody's misunderstanding. That's why they putting him in the perspective of, oh, well, he hooked them up together, so he did that. No.
And I believe that. I believe he hooked them up, but not for what they think. He hooked them up because Meech's from the streets, bro. You think Meech's been in there? And okay, from the looks of it, Meech's money, you know, he having money problems, right? So you think he wasn't trying to make a lick? Meech got quiet. This is just my belief. Meech got quiet and didn't say shit because, whoa, I'm about to be indicted again. Like,
right.
By like Rayford Edmonds. Like, God damn, they finna case me up again on some bullshit. You know? And I just, what reason why you do your mans like that? Why would he do Cuff like that? Right. Out of all these people, if he want to be a rat, he can go get some Mexicans. He can go. Why you gonna do your mans? What did Cuff do to him for him to do him like that?
Right. And that's the perspective. That's the point. And another thing, right? We also got to look at this. Meech didn't get a time cut on nothing.
He didn't get a time cut on none of it.
So what the fuck why would he do that?
Why did he do that?
Let's think about that perspective, man. And listen, I also understand, like I said, where Cuffy is coming from the very beginning.
I understand Cuffy.
Cuffy was linked to Meech, not her.
Right.
Meech linked him to her.
Meech linked him to her.
Any one of us up here right now, we was in Cuffy's shoes, would believe that Meech set me up. Any one of us from the very beginning.
Nah, but Cuffy said that he sent Tammy to go get the life right.
That's not what we're talking about here. Fuck the life rights. We're talking about the deal that could send him to jail. The cocaine deal. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about.
I'm talking about. That's what got the relationship still going on. The data. You know
we're not talking about. We're talking about.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that coming from Cuff. I can see Cuff saying, "Damn, man, nigga, you didn't hook me up with this fraud. And this fraud ain't right." You know. But I can also see from Meech's perspective if he ran off on Sorez. If Sorez claiming to be a plug, like he a plug, then goddamn, I'd be saying to Meech Cuff like, damn, my nigga, you just put my life in jeopardy by running off on this one.
Right. And remember when Tammy said, I don't want to fuck with Cuff no more because he's he ran off with whatever.
Right. So yeah, I can see that. But this is what I believe because I know a lot of niggas that think fuck. I'm out here in Atlanta. I know a lot of niggas that think fuck. With that bitch.
I want you to give some elaboration on Sean G. That's what we're talking about.
Right.
I know, man. It got bugged out, bro. I think he went up there cooking Meech again. He went up there cooking Meech again. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I don't know, bro. I don't know because he's standing on things that's not really stated in paperwork, really. Even though he's saying he read 1,000 pages, you're not really getting to the crux of certain situations. He might be saying a lot of things that he might have to apologize for again.
Yeah,
that's what I feel personally.
Yo, Mo, you got us coming from the car? You got us coming from the car?
Yeah. How you know that? How you can tell?
Just lower it just a little bit.
Lower the car down. Turn the car.
Yeah, because we can hear everything.
Oh, y'all can hear my motor. Y'all can hear the motor.
You good? No. Leave the car on. You good? I'm talking about we can hear an echo. We hear the echo.
Okay, did that. Can y'all hear me now? I need turn it down a little bit. Turn it down. Turn it down. Is it better?
Dude, I want to ask you some questions. You feel comfortable with answering them?
It don't matter. What's up?
All right.
There you go. Man, Sean G is a bitch ass nigga, dude.
I know you a guy that goes off paperwork. Anything you say, it comes from the paperwork itself.
Yeah.
What I'm saying about Sean G is this. Sean G met somebody in a prison that knew Cuffy.
Yep.
He got whatever elaboration he got from that guy. He got it. He took it with him. And then Cuffy got on the internet and started saying whatever he was saying. Sean G then starts to run with what he's getting from these guys.
Yeah.
And not going on the perspective of what the paperwork says itself. Then he starts to be biased and say, oh, if I was the guy's a rat to me.
Because
what's your perspective on giving on that narrative?
He never was in it. It's an echo, bro. It's a bad echo, bro.
It might be my car. Hold up.
All you gotta do is just lower your shit. Just lower the volume in your car a little bit.
Is it echoing now?
Nah, you good.
Okay.
Right, boom. Though this is the whole thing, right? With Sean G, he just coming in, right? Boom. Listen, if he was gonna talk about this Cuffy shit, how many years he had to talk about the Cuffy shit?
Yeah, years.
All right. What year he came from prison, Sean G? What year?
I think 2016 or something like that.
All right, man, cool. He was told a story about a nigga named Cuffy, this real nigga and all of that. 88 years ago. Right?
Yeah, he got to definitely turn his car thing down.
But yet, the other day, mute him for right now. But only the other day do you come out and start talking about this Cuffy situation when everybody's talking about it. Now
because the nigga was getting paid off of the shit.
But now you're talking about it, right? It doesn't matter. Now he jumps out there when he's talking about it. He's on Cuffy's side. Flips now, believes Keith Cromer, the nigga who locked him up and sent him to jail for 27 years, my nigga. How do you believe?
Fuck that. How does nigga even get in touch with Keith Cromer?
That's weird too. That's a whole nother alley and kettle of fish, but I can't go down the road.
Real. For real.
That's a whole nother wild one.
And this nigga on the phone with Keith Cromer for 2 hours? Come on, bro.
Nobody holds these people.
Come on, man.
But nobody holds these people to the flame for these kinds of things.
You going that far? So you making content? So you making content of Cromer? What you doing? So what we doing? I tell you, listen. That man on every level. I keep telling y'all that man is on every level of this shit, boy.
Cromer. What I'm saying, then you flip with the Cromer. Now you back. You apologizing. This and this and this and that. You apologize to who? Us, whoever. You can't. You should be apologizing to Cuffy, actually, when he did the apology. Apologize to us. We don't care. So therefore, what are you doing? He's doing this for a different intention. He's doing this shit to come up and to get money and to get rich.
Right.
So that's when your intentions is going to show what you're doing. Because when you're doing something out of the purity of your heart and when you really feel something, bro, it's just what you really feel. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
bro?
right.
There's no way he could have been on Cuffy from the day one. And then said, Meech, it's an open platform. It's unbiased. You could come in. And like he asking Meech for, when he's cooking Meech every other day, went on even on Dogface and cooked Meech again, said, I wouldn't even do a push-up with Meech.
What I elaborated on earlier, what is going on in there.
But yet you want to ask the man for an interview, bro. What type of person does this, bro? Tarnish your name. Spit on your shit outside on the road everywhere you see. You go to the marketplace, you go to the supermarket, everywhere they done said your name. Then he see you and say, yo, bro, come on. Can I get some money with you?
Right.
Because Meech's interview is going to bring you money, obviously.
Right.
You're not doing it for free.
Right.
Think about this, bro. The intention is just the monetary intention, bro. And that's
he thought that shit was going to get him on the platform. He thought slandering Big Meech was going to get him on Big Meech. Because it's a thin line between love and hate. If you don't want to fuck with someone's just going to start hating on you. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want to be friendly with somebody, guess what they're going to do? They're going to try to get your attention somehow, So they're going to try to, you know what I'm saying? Talk about you. So this nigga talk about him in mad different platforms. Sean G wants to slander him. Thought he got on Meech's radar, like Meech needs him. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna hop on your platform. I need you. Like,
what he said is he wants to go on the platform. He said, Big Meech, you can debate me on how I feel. First of all, hold up. Wait a minute. You have no stand. You have no ground rule to this. You talking about you slandering the man's name, and then you gonna tell him he could come on your platform, and if he don't like what you said, he could fight you. And instead of just being a man and say, you know what, I fucked up. I want to apologize to Big Meech because I slandered his name, and there's no proof behind what I'm saying.
Right.
He wants to say he want to do a podcast with Big Meech. You sound stupid.
He's a debate. Debate what, motherfucker?
Debate what? You don't have no proof or truth.
Man. Do you know how a nigga that did 20 years debate, motherfucker? Like, you want to debate, nigga?
Yo, he read 1,000 and something pages of literature on somebody's case and then put his own perspective, disregarded what the literature said, and put his own perspective in place to call somebody something. It doesn't work that way.
Hey, man, that shit too loosely, that rat shit too loosely, man. Niggas get bagged up for that shit, dog. Niggas get bagged up for that shit.
And I'm saying, I had a personal conversation one-on-one with this dude, with Sean G, on this same matter. And I told him that back then, and I'm saying it now, and I know he's gonna see this. When it's all said and done, you're gonna have to answer to what you're saying. Because nothing you have read so far has implemented that Big Meech told on anybody. Not one piece of literature that you've read as far as Cuffy's case, because he didn't read Big Meech paperwork, and let's get that perspective started now. The paperwork that he was reading from was not Big Meech's paperwork, and he was putting Big Meech on all that shit. It was Cuffy's paperwork. Big Meech's name was mentioned in a few segments of it, not the whole thing. He didn't even go into all the perspectives of everybody else on the case and all. He stayed on that because he's doing it for money and lying. That's the bad part. You can't lie on a man, man. You gotta be precise and be respectful when you do certain shit. You gotta have the truth. And the truth of the matter is he don't have it. He don't have it. And he done blabbered his mouth and said certain shit, and now he got to eat his words. But he's such a coward that he won't say, you know what? I just want to apologize for my elaboration on the man's case. I did it all backwards. I went from my own perspective and my own feelings, and I was wrong. He won't do that, though. Now he's trying to ask the man, would you come on my podcast and have a debation with me on your life that I know nothing about? That man don't know you. He never knew you. He never knew nobody that knew you. He never knew nobody that knew you, or whatever the fuck the case may be. So what he look like coming on your podcast trying to defend himself against you? He don't even, nobody he knows know you.
Yeah.
You just being a dick rider, and I'm gonna say it, and he gonna see
and
it.
Then my nigga, you know, look at this part too, right? Who the fuck saying that Meech is a rat? Tammy Coyne, right? And this crooked ass cops. Neither one of them are credible. They are not credible.
Yeah, they both lies.
That's a fact.
They both ain't credible. That's a fact. So in a courtroom, if you see in the court too, in the federal court, all you gotta do is get that motherfucker caught up in one lie, and they are discredited. They discredit. So how the fuck you gonna go off of Tammy Coyne's that's been caught up in 100 lies and this crooked ass cop, which was Cromer, that's been damn near about to lose his family and every damn thing else because this girl didn't expose him. He's Cromer gonna say fuck it, throw Meech up under the bus. Fuck him. That's the mentality that Cromer gonna have.
Got to get the heat off him. You got to get
I'm finna get fired. Look here, baby. I'm finna get fired. You been riding around in your car. I done gave y'all this money. This shit finna go down on us. We finna be fucked. So what's our escape route? Was throw that shit on Meech. Fuck him. Throw the shit on Meech.
Let's not look. Let's go back to the pot shot they took. Tammy was already getting paid, right?
Right.
And then they asked her this.
Yeah, you right.
Shot in the hearing. They said, "Oh, why are you doing this?" She said, "Can Big Meech get a time cut?"
Time cut.
Now listen. In the court system, the prosecutor always takes these pot shots in trial settings. They say certain shit. It's up to your attorney to say, "Yo, we don't want this on the record," or whatever the case may be. Challenge it. That's what they did with Tammy Cowens in a hearing.
But no, Tammy, look. No, Tammy met with Keith Cromer and spoke with him, bro. This is what happened, bro. Jack Harvey introduced Tammy to Keith, right? Now he becomes her handler. At that moment, now I guess Keith calling her said, "Yo, let's meet." When they come to meet, they having a conversation. So this ain't even a hearing, bro. This is
when he first meet her. This is when he first meet her.
This is the first interaction between Keith and Tammy.
Okay.
And so they talking, and he like, yo, I want you to stay on board. Because remember, she was working for free before, and now he wanted to get paid and become CS. So he like, yo, I want you to stay on board. She's like, word, what I'm gonna have to do? He like, yo, you ain't gonna have to do nothing but lock up some Mexican, and some Hispanics, and we gonna send niggas to deport them anyway. So you ain't gonna have to testify or nothing. So she's like, oh, all right, cool. Can I make some bread? He was like, yeah, you can make some bread. Depending on the information, you can make a lot of bread. Then she's like, yo, so can I get Demetrius Flannery a time cut? And then Keith Cromer says we could work on that or some shit like that. That's what happened.
Right. He said we can work on it.
We all know this. You cannot get paid and get nobody a time cut.
And get somebody a time cut. That's a fact.
You can't do that.
Right.
Yeah,
Big Meech ain't getting no time cut off Cuffy anyway. You thinking
okay, now how long ago this was? How long this been? How long was that? When that's been about 15 years?
When the what?
When the what? Like that.
When he first met that girl, when he first met Tammy, how long that was?
Well, who met Tammy?
When Chroma met her.
When Chroma met Tammy is when Agent Jack Harvey retired, which was I think like in 2011, if I'm not
okay.
mistaken.
Now I'm willing to bet you this. I'm willing to bet this, and this is my theory. Because Chroma, I didn't seen Chroma on the thing before. He black suave ass nigga. Okay. I'm telling you, Tammy 15 years ago was bad as a motherfucker. Yeah. So when he seen that bitch, he said, I want to fuck that bitch.
Everybody.
Right.
Everybody
so that's what happened. Now, yeah, baby, we gonna have to see about that, baby. We're gonna have to see.
Right.
Now he running game.
Anything for some pussy.
There you go. Bingo. He running boss game now. Now he running game.
He been wanted that, bro. He know that.
Bingo. All right,
but
he wanted.
Everybody's fucking her. Cuffy's fucking her.
Bingo. There you go.
Fucking her. Meech is fucking
Everybody fucking her, but they ain't out thinking her. She out thinking them.
Everybody fucking her, but she's fucking them literally.
There you go. She out thinking them. Them niggas weren't thinking, bro.
Hey, but Cuffy ain't tell that he was fucking the broad, bro.
Man,
I'm not saying Cuffy fucked her.
I'm saying he fucked. I'm saying he check this out, bro.
Hey, New York.
Think about this. You gonna ride around.
Go ahead, let me wrap
You gonna ride around. Hey, you gonna ride around in Atlanta with a bad bitch like that in a Bentley? And you said they were taking
hanging with her.
And he gonna say that they was taking meetings in LA and all kind of shit with me. They was traveling together, so they've been around each other, dog. He fucked that bitch, bro.
If he didn't, he so wanted to.
Nigga, anytime I'm with a bitch and nigga, we out of town, nigga, I'm fucking, I don't care about
if I'm in my man's Bentley, listen, if I'm in my man's Bentley, which is Blue Da Vinci, and I know my man's used to fuck her, and I ain't tell my man's that I'm with her. No, he try. If he did,
and your man said, "Yo, I hit that." Yo, you my shit, nigga. So she know when you pull up.
I mean, it's a. We don't know how true it is, but you know, enabling. As far as a recollection of just having a regular conversation. And being from where we came from ourselves,
where we from,
you know, the elaboration would tell us, yo, he might have been
elaboration. But elaboration don't tell us. We don't really know that.
Hey, this is the same reason why that bitch fucked all.
But look, this how niggas
do. That whole no niggas sit around and laugh at our dumb ass. So at the end, he was like, I'm finna cook all these lame ass niggas. Man.
But look at hold up. Yo, Cap, hold on. Before anything, like that. Look at this girl, right? Tammy, if you can't say she met Meech pen piling. So, but niggas trying to run the narrative like Meech was fucking her, and so niggas could run the narrative like Cuffy was fucking her. But look at Cuffy got a wife and he got kids and he's like.
Nah, Meech was fucking her too, bro. Meech was fucking her. Well, I ain't gonna say Meech was fucking her. She was fucking Meech, FaceTime fucking him. He ain't had no pussy. All she needed to do was ski all over the goddamn phone. They got FaceTime now. You think she was FaceTime fucking Meech?
Yeah. You see? Niggas come on the narrative, but no one's gonna say that, so. Hey, Cuffy was
fucking hey, New York, we've been in that system before. You see what FaceTime fucking Meech?
Hey, this the part y'all missing though. Cuffy said his wife hired a private investigator to watch Tammy, and that's how they found out about the affair. Why did she hire the private investigator? Did she hire the private investigator because of the case, or because she's trying to figure out what the fuck Cuffy doing with this bitch all the time?
Damn right, you better know it.
Did you read that part?
Nah, I heard that. No, I didn't know. But look, this is the part of the confusion where he's saying he know what he's doing over there, though. I can't hold you. But look, what's your name, bro? What's his name?
Miraculous.
Fucking some shit. But look, but this is the part where I heard the same thing, right? Miraculous. But what I heard was another side because I didn't know which shorty, because I could have sworn it was Meech people's. Like, remember, Tammy was the one that was taking over the life rights and all of this shit. So remember, even Meech family, girl, everybody had to go through Tammy at one point, son. Celebrities, everybody had to go through Tammy. So imagine if you was family and now this chick come and you got to go through her. You would have been tight. So I think if I'm not speaking wrong, allegedly, I think it's Meech peoples put the thing on Tammy to figure who this bitch was really, and then they end up who she was, bro. That's what I think happened, bro. I think it was Meech people. I think.
Well, miraculous, we know about Cuffy and the Blue Da Vinci and the whole setup.
You know what he's talking about. You know.
That nigga kind of laid it out.
We both heard the story, so I don't know. Either one of us could be. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
It's all sides of the stories that anybody could paint any type of picture. Anybody could make any type of narrative. You know what I'm saying? You could look at something. Everybody's looking at something from a different angle, or from a different type of heart. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand it. Cuffy's people's gonna look at it from a whole different. You know what I'm saying? Cuffy's, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's his people. That's his family, nigga. They're gonna always have his situation. They probably,
but also, right? With Cuff's situation, the boys say Cuff never paid the nigga to kill the other dude. The dude that Cuffy was supposed to pay to kill somebody, he never paid them niggas.
Never.
No, he ran off on the plug. I told him that.
Miraculous.
What nigga is a slimy ass nigga, man?
I told her. That's why Meech said, "Fuck you, boy. I ain't gotta say nothing to you, boy. You know what you want, boy. You ain't right. So what the fuck do I owe you?"
He ran off with half of the money on the plug.
I've been saying that shit.
He paid half and ran off with the other half.
He paid part of the money. He paid part.
And then tried to get some more plugs. Like then tried to ask her to send him some more plugs.
And got fucked up. And got
in that case, you fucking everybody up. Everybody involved. If you run up, you fucking tear me up, you fucking Meech up, and anybody else involved, bro.
Yeah, they don't want to talk about that part. They say,
that's really some cartel shit. Them niggas will kill your whole family, bro.
That's what I said. I say, just imagine by him doing that, how much people lives he put in jeopardy, bro.
Cuffy knows the gravity of that. Cuffy knows the gravity of that. Why? Because Cuffy was that. This is in Cuffy's when he was trying to appeal what he was going through and stuff. Is that he was forced into this reverse sting deal because after he got the first 2 keys of dope, and then they said and they bagged his co-defendants, which is Timothy Rush and Lorenzo Gibbs. Then he was talking with the agent. He was like, yo, I can make up that bread. Don't worry about it. Remember, he thought the agent was a drug dealer. He was like, yo, I can make that bread up. He's like, nah, nigga, listen, man, we need our bread. And remember, the agent said he worked for the Mexican plugs and said, Joe, look, give me some bread. Cuffy said he ain't got it. He said, give me a car. He said he ain't got it. He said, give me some collateral. He said he ain't got it. And then that's how he ended up saying, yo, all right, yo, well, you're going to have to take these 10 bricks and work these 10 bricks off. So Cuffy like, nah, y'all forced me to take the extra 10 bricks because you was already an agent, had us for the 2 bricks. See what I'm saying? He got caught in a situation like that. Same shit. Same shit, bro. Same shit. So he understands what it is to get your hand forced by these people.
So, yo, Miraculous, you there? Nah?
He probably there. He probably put it on something else.
All right, Dada. So let's go back to this to Mr. Sean G. Dada. This is what you want. This is the part that you want to be listened to, Cap. Just remember you started to play it back to him.
Yeah.
I think 5 people underneath you to be labeled as the kingpin of a CCE. So once the main nigga takes the plea for 360, nobody else can go to trial because
that's a lie.
If somebody decides to take it to trial, they can reference that, yo, the main dude.
So what you saying, Captain? You saying that this nigga just gonna be blatantly lying throughout this whole?
I know. What I'm saying to you is this. What I'm saying to you is this. This goes to show you that he did no real work on even knowing about the federal system for him to say this and lie to the people this way, saying that if the head of the indictment pleads guilty, no one else can go to trial. That's a lie. Anyone on any case can go to trial, no matter who pleads guilty or who doesn't. That's a lie. Like he's been lying throughout this whole motherfucking ordeal, saying this and that, and giving his own elaborations on things that's not true.
And that's like he should already know. That's a fun fact. You say
leader, admitted that he was ahead of this conspiracy. You understand? And if need be, they could use him.
And you were one of the people. So technically, they could go to trial. It's not going to look good because this guy.
Stop it right here for a minute.
Plea.
Now listen. The man pled guilty to an indictment.
Yeah.
He alleges that if need be, they can use him. No, they can't. He didn't make a deal with the government. They can't use him. They have to ask him. They can't just say, well, we're going to just put him on the stand because he pled guilty. That it doesn't work that way.
No.
And we need to give the elaboration on these points at hand because he's going to see this and he needs to understand where he fucked up at. You can't just go on there and just say shit that's not true. And he's been doing that throughout this whole shit for months. It's wrong. You misleading the people. You lying on a man. You slandering a man, and you don't have the proof to do it. And you even lying on the court sessions. You saying that they could do this and they could do that, and no, they can't.
Facts.
Go ahead.
And he doing all this because most likely, what you're saying, they ran a check towards him. He's doing this for money. Who you think paying this nigga?
Whoever interviewed him.
YouTube check. He's doing it for a YouTube check, man.
And he's doing it for a YouTube check, and he's also asking the podcasters that interview him for money.
He said that he was the head of the organization, and you were one of the guys underneath him. So it doesn't look. There's already evidence.
Exactly. So if you trying to say, "Oh, this didn't exist," nah, that ain't. Listen, we already got it, and the father, and I don't mean no disrespect. I want to keep the respect to Big Meech. I want to keep the respect to Southwest T. I don't know these guys.
Stop it right there for a minute.
But I don't want to come on this show.
Stop it right there. Stop it right there.
No, don't put words in the
Now I want to say this. Did you hear him say he want to give a man respect that he's been slandering for months?
It's a play. I'm telling you, bro. He's like a wild. Listen, he's like a wild. I don't know where he at, bro. He's so unstable, bro. He's just trying to get something. He's just so unstable, bro.
You can't do this type of shit. It's just making me angry just listening to this coward. You think this nigga's man? You slandering a man's name for months and months and months and months. Then in the middle of slandering him, you're gonna say, "Oh, I want to give respect, or I want to not, I don't want to do this way, and I want to give the respect."
He said he won't do one push up with that nigga on the yard, bro.
Yeah, right.
And that nigga say, and he think he helping me. He think he helping Meech though. I'm just trying to understand, like,
he don't think he's helping Meech. He has
how? He just look what he just said. He's like whatever he just did. He's like he didn't do anything. He said he want to send his respect out to Big Meech because he feel like he ain't doing nothing wrong.
For mentioning his father, he's saying that. For mentioning his father, he's saying he want to give the respect to Meech. He don't want to.
Yeah, he's mentioning his father. He about to start lying.
What I'm saying is, you saying all of that after you done slandered this man's name in the mud for months. You done gave your own elaborational points on things that you shouldn't be elaborating on nothing. You should be just going off of what you read, the literature that you got. You shouldn't be giving no quotive points on anything.
Facts.
And now you're saying, "Oh, I want to not slander his father or mention his father. I want to give the respect to." First of all, bruh, you disrespected the man totally.
Right.
But instead of saying, "I want to apologize for my elaboration on things where I'm not being truthful about," it's my own recollection of it and not the paperwork recollection of it, he won't do that.
But see, that's real nigga shit right there. Yeah, that's a coward way. Real niggas say, "Hey man, I fucked up, my nigga, my bad."
It's a coward's way out. Yeah, you can go back to this coward and let him keep talking.
Facts.
That's right. That's just my belief. I believe that Meech ain't no rat. So if he is a rat, I say, "Hey, come man, my bad. I fucked up, bro. I thought the man was solid."
Listen, we only going on what the paperwork say. What we only can go on.
And I really went on what the paperwork said and the police said.
Right. The paperwork say he's not a rat. We don't even care.
And the police said he ain't a rat. Yeah, I sure don't care about that non-credible ass bitch. Yeah.
Right. But we don't even care about what the police say. The paperwork itself.
The police said that they probably don't want to get
that's what convicts you or doesn't. So the paperwork is stating that he's not.
That's a fact.
Fuck anything else.
That's what matters. Yeah, that's what matters. That's what matters, that paperwork.
That's right. That determined if he sat down. That determined if he sat down and made any kind of deal. That paperwork gonna tell it. So That's right.
Right.
You better know it.
And I don't see him walking that yard from 2013 to 2020. That paperwork for the it can't. He ain't. He can't walk the yard
Listen
like
to
that.
me. I've been
Yeah.
saying that if Big Meech, I'm talking about, we're talking about Big Meech. You know, anybody would have got up on Big
Well,
Meech and hit him with that knife, bro. Man, they would have
well,
hit him with that
Maurice,
knife, bro.
Maurice,
And
Yeah.
they would
What's
have
up?
hit him with
What's
stay
up,
that
in
my nigga?
knife,
there.
boy.
Wait a minute, y'all.
What's up, my nigga?
Maurice,
What's happening?
we gotta let the facts be the facts.
Mm-hmm.
There's dudes walking around the federal system on yards that's rats.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but I'm saying
It's a lot
every
of
time you
it
see Big
is.
On
Meech,
big cases, listen, on big
every time
cases,
you see Big Meech
That's a
was
fact.
around Mexicans, man. He was around Mexicans. He was around stand up people, man. They would have
Do you
killed
know
Meech.
what Mexicans feel? Mexicans feel that if they tell on a black person, they ain't telling.
They ain't done. They ain't
But not the
told.
kind, not the kind he was around, bro. Hell
Man,
no.
all of them. All of them.
Listen. Did you hear what I just said?
Peace and love. Ain't playing. Right.
Mexicans feel that if you
I
tell
still
on a
say,
black person, you're not telling.
As
no,
long as you didn't tell on
listen,
one of
I know
those,
that. I
they
ain't
don't
saying
care.
you wrong for that. I ain't saying you wrong for that, but I'm telling you, bro, if Big Meech was a rat and the way he walked and the way he was around solid people, man, that man would have got killed, man. Come on,
Listen to
man.
me.
Hell
Stop
no.
saying that. There's dudes on big cases. There's dudes on
Yeah,
big
it is.
cases
It
that's
is. Yeah,
rats.
a lot.
That's
A
listen.
lot.
That's in penitentiaries. That's killers. That motherfuckers ain't willing to address. So
That's a fact.
make sure we understand and say what we understand.
That's a
There's
I'm
fact
just
too,
guys
man.
in the federal system.
I'm talking about Big Meech, man. I understand what you're saying. That's fact.
No,
That's clear.
listen
I'm
to what I'm
saying.
saying to you. You're talking about Big Meech. What makes Big Meech
It's a lot
different
of
from
big
any of these
meaches.
guys?
Cap
And
always
bro, it's
does
a
that.
lot of big meaches. He right.
No,
He
one
right. He
thing,
right.
and
It's
he's
a
A lot of
lot
big
of
meaches.
big Meeches,
that
man.
is absolutely correct
A
though.
lot of
These
big
niggas didn't
meaches.
know about
All I'm
them.
saying,
They
listen.
didn't get the
All I'm
exposure
saying,
of Big
listen.
Meech, but it's a lot of Big Meeches.
All I'm saying, the timeline of what Big Meech showed the public. Every single time he took a picture, that man was surrounded around people that probably got likes. I mean, real gang members, cartel members. That's what I'm saying. I ain't saying about
All right.
what y'all saying. I'm saying is what he surrounded himself around. Every time you see Meech on the picture, bro, ain't nobody gonna play with him like that. Let him be around people like that, and he a fucking
All right,
rat,
now
bro.
That's how
That's
you
what I'm
Peace
last
and
saying.
love.
30. That's how
Peace
you
and love.
last
Let me
30
say this
years.
to you.
Right.
Sanji could never be
Remember,
around no Big Meech.
those pictures were taken before these allegations came out.
Kev don't understand because he never been around one like that.
No, there's son, I've been around rats and all that shit myself. And listen. There's
Been
only
around
maybe
rats.
one, there's only maybe
Crazy.
one yard in the federal system where there's no rats, and that's Big Sandy. Everywhere else, it's a rat somewhere. So we got to understand that point. What I'm saying to y'all is this: there's rats in the federal system that's killers, that's walking around, that walked around in the penitentiary for years, that been in jail since '83 and all of that shit, that told.
I know Kev. I ain't talking about Kev. That's
And
statistics.
they
We know
big
that's fact.
time guys.
That's low.
They
That's
got
low. That's low.
documentaries and
I'm
all that
talking
shit
about.
out.
We're talking about Big Meech, Kev. We ain't talking about all them, man. We know
Listen to
about
what.
that.
Wait,
Oh,
wait,
we
wait,
know
wait,
that.
wait, wait,
We
wait,
know
wait,
that.
wait, wait, wait. We got to stop putting Big Meech on a different plateau than these big guys. Let me explain something to you. The reason why those guys are not exposed as Big Meech because when they was out, there was no cameras, there was no internet, there was no none of that.
Right.
But
Right.
these guys got the similar big cases just like Big Meech.
Yeah.
They just didn't
That's a
have the
fact.
exposure because of the media that's out today. It wasn't out
Mhm.
back then. Let's not say paint
Yeah.
Big Meech as being the biggest
Hey, I'm
guy
not.
and
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, Kev. See, I'm not talking about none of that, Kev. None of that. What you saying is right. I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell you, man. Listen, man. That shit get different, man. It's different stroke for different folks, bro. You feel me? Different. Look how he getting ran right now and playing with that man's name, man. Come on, bro. You think if they'd have pushed that
because
shit
of
that
the
hard in the check?
exposure.
Wait, Kel. If you think that they would have pushed this same shit inside the motherfucking federal system like this, some Big Meech would have made it out, huh? You think so?
Yeah, he'd have made it. I
Yeah, he
think he
would have
would have.
made it out.
Yeah, I think
I ain't saying. Listen. Listen. It no, listen, man. It'll be so many niggas in the chain gang. It'll be so many niggas in the federal system that'll be on the same shit Sean G on, bro. The same
but you
thing.
got
What's
a lot.
popping?
Hey, my nigga, but see that money different, man. Big Meech, he gonna have a lot of muscle behind him regardless. He gonna have a lot of muscle behind him regardless.
Exactly, and you don't know what the cartel connects really do.
Especially
when you locked
where
up.
them niggas at, man? Where all them niggas that on the picture said Big Meech a rat? We don't fuck with them.
First of all, these allegations, when Meech was taking those pictures, these allegations wasn't out. Remember, when the allegations came out, they put Big Meech in a hole. Do y'all understand that?
Still, right now, fuck all that. I'm talking about today. We need 50 people to come out and say that we did not fuck with Meech because he was a rat on the pound. I'm talking about fuck all that. The pound talk. The pound talk. Where the pound talk people at? Where they at? Let's talk about it.
How they gonna talk about it when it didn't come out at that specific time? Remember, they put Big Meech in a hole.
Wait. I'm talking about before he got released just now, yo. Huh? Before he got released, that shit was getting. Shit was
but
out.
you know they put Big Meech in a hole behind these allegations too.
Nah, Big Meech solid. He was solid in there. Niggas wasn't fucking with him. He fucked with him. You
understand what I'm saying? When these allegations started coming out when he was in, they put him in a hole behind whatever it was.
You could save all the money in the world, ain't gonna last you 30 years.
I'm gonna say this to you. Remember, we gotta understand this. There's no solid truth behind these allegations.
That's a fact. Right.
So we gotta understand that too. That from what we know now, the allegations that are put out about Big Meech are false.
Yep.
We know it from the paperwork standpoint. We listen to dudes read 1,000 pages. I've read a lot of the pages myself. I'm saying this. Sean G has read the whole motherfucking case. Not near nowhere does it say
has not
Meech told on anybody.
That nigga has not read the whole shit, bro. Trust me.
No, I'm gonna say this.
He still ain't read shit I've read, bro. I'm telling you, bro. That nigga
Uda says that he read way more than Sean G.
I read way more pages. If he read 1,000, I must have read 2,000-3,000 then, bro. What the hell he read?
Hey, I've been following him. I've been following you, Pippin. I've been following him. He done read way more than Sean G. Because he all into the code. He been reading code.
Okay, look,
bro.
Salute to Uda, right? Salute to Uda.
I read all that shit and still can't say what he's saying. You know
right, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna elaborate on that right now, Uda. I'm giving you your props. Salute to
Uda been
reading more than Sean G, and he still hasn't seen where they say Meech has told. He still hasn't said out his own mouth that Meech has told. So that's what I'm saying.
Right, New York, when the prosecution when they finally rest, they gonna have a not guilty verdict of that nigga snitching. It ain't enough evidence out there to say he's guilty of snitching, bro.
Even in the yard, even with the paperwork,
even on the yard,
it's feeling funny. But remember, in that same paperwork we reading, we gonna say, "Damn, it looks shaky though." The paperwork is funny because they're gonna say, "Damn, this shit with Tammy and all this other shit. He hot. This shit hot, nigga. All kind of shit." But did he send them feds at him? Did he sit down with them with all of this stuff? It don't say that. It don't say that.
No. Hell no. You ain't gonna never see that shit.
It don't say that. It don't, because I don't think he
don't
did
even
it.
say he told Tammy to do it.
There you go. Don't even say he told Tammy to do it.
It didn't tell him that he told Tammy to do it. It said that Big Meech arranged, though. It said that he did arrange through Tammy, which Tammy could have just told him this anyway, which he did. It said Big Meech arranged through Tammy for Suarez to supply cocaine in multiple quantities.
All right. Hold on. Let's stop right there. That's what Tammy told the government.
That's what Tammy said.
Bingo, a non-credible,
Again, what Tammy said. Again, at least all roads lead back to Tammy. All roads lead back to Tammy.
Right.
And Tammy's known as a what?
A non-credible informer, a non-credible bitch, my nigga. And see, I'm from out here, bro. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna give y'all niggas some game, man. I'm gonna give y'all niggas some true game. I'm gonna give y'all niggas some true game from this Atlanta shit. A lot of niggas don't know who the fuck Terry White was, bro. Yeah. Like when y'all talk this Big Meech shit, before Big Meech came to Atlanta, see, I wasn't on the street in Atlanta with Big Meech. Before Big was Big Meech, it was fucking Terry White.
I know.
I know.
And I ain't gonna even talk no more else about that.
I know, man.
And
Trust
what
me,
is
I've been all
Terry
down
White
that
known
Terry White. Hold
as?
up.
Wait a
I've
minute.
been all down that Terry White flag.
What is
That's the
Terry
reason why I
White
have to
known
vouch.
as?
And that's the reason why I have to vouch for what New York's saying. Because tell Terry White that on the yard for what he known as, and you gonna get slapped in the fucking
What is
face.
Terry White known as?
Nigga, when I got to the halfway house, they sent the casket to the halfway house.
Straight.
That's when I was in the halfway house. They sent the casket for Terry White to the halfway house. Now tell Terry White he a rat. And watch what Terry White, you're gonna have to handle your business. And I'm just being for real. I'm just being for real.
Look, and I done went down that Terry White road. Yeah, Terry White had told us a couple of times. He did, whatever the case may be, in a couple of cases as well. But crazy shit is when I let down that. Look, that's what I'm saying though. Me reading.
No, I've been following you, dog. I've been following you.
Bro. Look how I said how I'm reading paper, because me reading the Cuffy and all this case is what's leading me down the road to that, even the Terry White, even all of that. You know what I'm saying? And then it led me past that. It led me to the 80s and the Miami boys. And
there you go. That wasn't none of me shit. All
that
shit that's on that TV show with him on with Meech and
Williams and all these niggas, man. I'm talking about
that wasn't no damn Meech arguing with Miami.
You going to George and Trav Williams and we going in
nigga, you talking Miami Trav. You talking about Miami Trav.
And then we going down this road. Look, that
he ain't too long got out. Trav ain't too long got out. I don't personally know him, but I know of him.
Now, shout out to Trav. He just followed me the other day, right? He followed me back up.
Yeah, I don't personally know Trav, but I know he out. I heard of him. Yeah, my brother was with him. My brother was with Trav. Yeah.
Look, so I'm trying to show you. But look, reading that paperwork is what led me down that road. Nigga, I didn't know
well, then you know it. You know
I'm
about
down the road.
Yeah, you know the history. You know the history about Miami with Trav and them, and yeah, you know the history.
I'm down to the point where Wanderil McGee, and them had a shootout.
Yeah, you know
the Miami boys and Terry White crew. That's what really made them hot. When they shot an innocent woman, a bystander got clipped.
Right.
Bingo.
Bro, I can tell you the story.
You going down this? Hey, I ain't gotta say no more. I've been following that. Yeah, I've been following you.
That by watching Huda's podcast.
I've been following you, Huda. You own your shit. You own your shit.
And mad people, and it may get a couple of views, whatever. I don't do it for the view, man. It's there because on the channel, so motherfuckers will go back and see that, and you know it's paper and it's there. You know what I'm saying, bro? If I want to do another video, I could go and do another video and grab some views. But at least we got the paperwork, though. We got the video up. So people
appreciate that.
Hey, I know you know what you're talking about because you just said the history Terry. You just said the history Terry. I know you know what you're talking about.
So I'm trying to tell you, listen, I went into all that. Terry got bagged, Terry 5 cribs. I went into he had the 4 seasons, jugging out the 4 seasons. What are you talking about, bro? All of that. I showed the cribs, the Benzes, the safety deposit boxes. Come on, bro. I'm not on just
let me tell you too about it, my nigga. He was on pimp time. He's on pimp time. So let me give y'all some game, right? Shawty, which is Shawty Tammy Cohen. She done sent this nigga some money since she did that. She done sent the money.
They said that in the paperwork that he was being cool with her still, and they didn't understand how he was still being cool with her.
Man, Terry want to marry her. Yeah, Terry say he love her. He want to marry her right now.
They said that after the paperwork. They said after she set him up, because they said when Terry found out, he set him up. Terry said he broke up with Tammy in like June or July somewhere. The Fed said she been debriefed since spring, bro. I don't know where you been.
Yeah, you know your history.
Yeah, he did it. Listen.
You know your history.
Listen, let me tell you something. A lot of what I know, as far as what I didn't read, I got.
Yeah.
I've been stopped following Sean G because he's a jerk.
Yeah, Sean G. Hey, I've been following Uda. I'm telling you that he all down in St. Louis. He got they whole. He all the way. Uda, I'm damn near. Hell, you so far goddamn.
So what's Uda's opinion on Sean G?
I told you, I'm the first one that came out with opinion. You forgot I cooked him on 2 videos. You forgot.
Hey, Uda, remember when I inboxed you and told you about the motherfucker myself? Remember that?
I remember. You gave me pre-warning
months ago.
You gave me pre-warning, and the warning you gave me was pre. What? When you told me, that's I think. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say.
And see, Sean G, he just going off a pace, so he just reading. Yeah, the nigga pull that up and just read. He just read.
Yeah.
Yo, he ain't just reading. He's giving his own perception of what he's
That ain't reading,
which
bro.
ain't
I
right.
learned from the Reading Rainbow, bro. I can do
He manipulating the paperwork, bro. He manipulating it. He manipulating the
That's what he
situation.
doing.
He trying to get something up out of it that's not there, and he keep playing around. So he really finessing it. That's how me and Gigi.
That's what he
I
doing.
told you
It's
that's
a
what
money
that's what
thing
he
with G.
good at. That's
It's a
what he
money
good at.
thing.
He finessing this shit right now, man.
That's all he
You know
want to
what I'm
do.
saying?
Like, boom. Look at this video right here where he was talking. He mentions in this video the St. Louis ex-DEA agents that did the video, right? Boom.
Yeah.
So he's gonna mention a part of it, yet he never did a video on this thing, never gave no real context. And even when he mentions them, he really doesn't give no full context on that because he really doesn't know, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But at the end of the day, when I did my video on that, I didn't see nobody do a video on that. I did the video on that. So he could have went into more context of what the St. Louis DEA agents, ex-DEA agents was saying in relation to the Cuffy and the Big Meech stuff. But he didn't do that because he's not going to tell you. He's going to tell you shell stuff. Just the shell. You know what I'm saying? Just the shell, bro. You ever seen the shell game? The shell game with the 3-car Monty and shit? The shell game.
3 Molly.
He got you with the shell game, son. He got the little ball under the shells. And that's what he hit you with in a circle all day.
Shit.
Yo, Mo, you heard?
What's that name? I can hear you.
You echoing.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, you good.
Okay, Gucci. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, Sean G gonna have to apologize, man. He gonna have to man up and apologize.
There you go.
But he's not.
He's gonna need an apology. The apology is gonna have to be given to his Meech and his whole family. The same way that he feels the sympathy about, that Cuffy's locked up, got kids. Don't be saying that he fucked Timmy and shit like that. He's gonna have to feel the same way about Meech and just let it be known go on a straight and narrow instead of going on these different platforms and manipulating the whole situation. So just for a couple clicks, because they ain't gonna last long. It's not gonna last long. You know what I'm saying? Because when it's for the money dries up. What he gonna do it for? And he already apologized before. So what he's gonna go back and do the same shit?
Yeah.
That shit definitely brought him. So that shit definitely brought him a wave. So it made him some money, So he kind of got addicted to that, addicted to the money. So,
and at the end of the day, man, it's fucked up, man. Because this ain't no TV shit. This is real life shit. And them boys, them two niggas, man, them two dudes, man. I don't know those dudes, man. But that's 30 years of friendship that went down the hill off of a non-credible bitch, my nigga. I hate them niggas let a bitch get in between a guy. Come on, man. Y'all niggas supposed to be able to read between that shit.
Hey, it happens every time,
bro,
though.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Just
man, it's fucked up, man. Because I know, I just know, man, if Meech was just that, I don't know Meech, man, but I know when I was in the feds, man, I heard of them niggas, man. I like, look, nigga, I ain't never heard of these niggas. This shit that these niggas, y'all saying these niggas doing on the street, the way they doing it in Atlanta? Shit, I mean, goddamn, I didn't fucking know. Shit.
Right.
Them boy were doing some shit, right? And to see that, man, to see two niggas. I just think if this nigga was just that damn dirty of a nigga, he gonna go get an OJ before he get his. Come on, for what reason? Why would he get his man? That shit don't even add up to me, man. The dirtiest of a nigga ain't gonna go get his man's.
But how many niggas you think they had the same type of relationship with Meech Dada from Detroit?
Man, I done heard bitches down here, my nigga, say Meech just gave them some money, man. He didn't even know these bitches. So I know he ain't done his man. I just don't see that kind of nigga, that ginger of a nigga to do that to his man.
Yeah. But this goes to show
when
us
on some real nigga shit, you know that nigga didn't shoot that guy.
Real lies, Dada.
He took a charge, man. He didn't really shoot Wolf. Now y'all niggas know he didn't shoot Wolf.
We also know that women have also had two men that was connected to each other kill one another behind their
hey, listen, man, this bitch vicious, bro. I know some niggas. I know. Hey, this bitch vicious, man. This bitch is vicious, man. And to hear the history of this bitch, and then I say, God damn, y'all niggas really let this bitch brainwash y'all. So what? It gotta be the pussy. It got to be the pussy. What is it? It got to be the pussy.
I told y'all what it was. You gotta watch my videos. It's the goat throat alleged lead, nigga. I told you it's goats. You got the proximate goat throat. What you think's going on, dog?
He said random bitches putting up with
Tammy,
rats.
call me, Tammy.
It ain't random.
Call me, Tammy. Call me.
You fucking with Tammy?
Yeah, so fucking with Tammy. I changed my life. She can't send me to jail no more. Tammy, pull up.
Oh, you best believe somebody getting that pussy. Somebody getting that pussy right now anyway. What the fuck?
Hey, I don't want none of that shit. I don't want none of that shit there, boy.
I stay away from that.
I don't want none of that type of pussy.
I don't know. I ain't sticking my dick
I
in
don't want
that.
that.
I'm running, nigga.
I'm running from that girl. That's woo.
Listen, you'll know if I did it to Tammy or not, bro. If I come back on YouTube and I'm like, yo, listen, yo, Tammy ain't a big rat, she a little mice, my nigga. Give her a break. Yeah, I know she
and
did
this
it.
ain't even, hey man, this is like my man saying, bro, this is only 2 big players that she didn't did that shit to. Saying right, man, I don't see how she brainwashing these niggas like that, dog. Straight up.
Yo, you said you knew Tammy White?
I knew, I know. My main nigga was his Sally, bro. I know the whole history of Cherry White. I'm from right here. I have grew up out here. Cherry White look older than me. So
give us a little rundown. Give us a little rundown.
About Cherry. I just told y'all, he just told y'all this man was the first nigga in Atlanta that I knew of that had Rolls Royces and shit. Everything he had was white. Everything white. Everything white with Cherry. I tell you, when I got out the halfway house, Terry the type of nigga, man, well, I don't, you know, Terry got a fucked up history. So I don't, he ain't the type of nigga I run with. Terry ain't that kind of nigga. Because like he said, Terry got a history. Terry got a history.
He's a street nigga? What's a history?
Nah, he's a street nigga, but he's one of those niggas what they trying to call Meech. And I stay away from that shit though.
Oh, right.
Stay away from that type of. I stay away from that type.
So Terry was fucking with Tammy, and he had another shorty down at one.
Terry been fucking with Tammy. I know a few niggas that fuck with Tammy, bro. Tammy got around.
Oh damn!
She was finessing. She was finessing. I told you.
Yeah, Tammy got around, dog. Tammy ain't them is only half the niggas. Tammy didn't cross.
Yeah, them bitches be very.
Tammy all down in Miami and some more shit. Tammy something slick, man.
Man, that's a dangerous bitch, right?
But that's a dangerous bitch. So that made me think this bitch probably cooking, she cleaning, she washing. She's man, these niggas got brainwashed. Y'all want a nigga
that, man. She's a pretty girl. One, she's a pretty girl. One, she's pretty. But she's not stupid.
Yeah, she educated.
And then us being niggas from the other side of the lane, we tend to like women that are squares, bro.
So they're gonna be the ones we attract.
We're gonna attract those square girls when we from the lifestyle, bro.
Right, that's a fact.
Square, bro.
That's a fact.
She's about money. She's about business. She's smart, and she's a square. So everybody think, I'm a motor. I'm gonna get her to do this like with them squares.
There you go. Because she gonna come at you, and she ain't like he's saying she ain't square, but she gonna come at you with unmoldable. Yeah, she gonna come at you with that square approach. Yeah.
She's taking niggas out.
She's taking niggas out. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man. I gotta run.
All right, one love, boy. Yeah, man.
It was a pleasure, man. It was a pleasure to do this, man. And
yeah, man.
We could do it. I hope we could do it again, man.
Do it again. We do this again.
On points of truth, not the
yeah, man. I'm gonna start locking in with y'all, man. That was a good. Yeah, we had a good combo. I'm gonna start locking in with y'all.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm out, man. Until next time.
One love.
Peace. One.
All right, God.
Yeah. But Wood, I'm following y'all. I'll be following both of y'all on the big Meech thing, man.
Nah, niggas, everybody got their own perspective, and it's good.
Everybody got their own perspective. Yeah.
Got their own ideas, and that's what we're here for. We're here to create dialogue. It doesn't matter what people say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When we going in this shit, that's how I be on some real type shit. When we go into this, like, look, I'll share my screen right now. This is what some shit I'm supposed to. This is something I'm supposed to did a couple of weeks ago, And I said, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna do this later on, or tomorrow, or yesterday. I said I was gonna do this yesterday. Look, the shit's still here. Look, I'm gonna screen share to him. Look,
yeah.
What is it? Let me see the pages. Hold on, wait. All right, cool. I'm gonna screen share a couple of pages. Look, shit I'm going into next. Look at this shit. Look, boom. Let me see. Boom. I'm gonna share this one first. Share.
You so deep in that shit.
Look, let me show you this shit. Boom. This is the first shit, right? Boom. This one I'm going to the St. Louis shit. I'm going to this guy right here. Forrest Smith, right?
Yeah.
Out of Eastern District, Missouri. Had the Spanish Colombian connect, all that. Real tight timing going into this nigga. So we going into all of this was happening in St. Louis.
In St. Louis, that
was going on out there for it even to be going on with the Suarez and all. I'm talking about before all of that.
Right. Hey, I seen that though. I seen that you've been deep in St. Louis. That's why I seen that you've been deep on that St. Louis.
To this nigga go before Suarez and them niggas. We gonna go back on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this, boom. Then I'm gonna go into some shit like this next. Boom, look. Then I'm gonna go into some shit like this next. Let me see. Look, some shit like this. This the shit that we really gotta get to. When we getting the shit like this. Boom. Look. This is a case right here as well.
God damn.
On this, Deron Gatlin, who's Cuffy's brother, was on this case. Anthony Gatlin's on the case. But then you see Theodis Howard. That's the dude that they unalived.
Damn, that's a lot of co-defendants right there.
Remember the dude they unalived because he was
Cuffy
brother?
He the one on there. The one that they say was snitching.
And this is supposed to be the case when he's supposed to be snitching. And look how much people is in the case.
Damn, look at all them people on that indictment.
Look how many people is on this indictment.
Nigga,
you know what I'm saying?
They said Cuffy was dead when them niggas died. So how you money more? How you feel like he got off of that? If niggas
on that with the gun charges. Yeah. See, at first, man, I was kind of like, how the fuck do you drop a murder down to a 924C? But I don't know how he finessed it. But
nigga said he was up the street in the car waiting. And he
was up the street in the car. But see, his co-defendants told on him, man. I think Cuff's solid. I think Cuff's solid too. I think he's solid. Yeah, I think Cuff's solid, but I also think that Meech solid. I just think these niggas let a female fuck up 30 years of friendship. No, I think 30 years of friendship got gone down the drain by Tammy Coynes. I'm gonna be specific. Tammy Coynes, bro. I think Tammy Coynes is the whole piece of the puzzle, and Chroma just said, "Fuck it, what the fuck I got to lose? I'm fucked anyway."
Nigga, she was fucking with everybody, even the police, nigga.
See, and the feds play such a dirty game, bro, because they got their own different agents and shit. They agents, so they can do their own thing. You know what I mean? And I just think he was Chroma was not all the way official.
Nah, that Chroma's Chroma's bugged out. But he was a strike decorated officer. He was on the thing because look, I done went back into an old case with Chroma when Chroma locked up a dude named Rodney Lingo and booked him. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see who Chroma is. Like,
hey, go do your history on Chroma, man. That's what I want to know. I want to know the history.
I'm trying to find out who Chroma is.
Yeah, see what the fuck. Because Chroma goddamn, Chroma ain't right, man. I don't think he right.
You know what I'm saying? Because better yet, because we were looking at Chroma as
that nigga was dirty.
Like we look at Chroma was under Jack Harvey. But Chroma was a leading investigator, even in front of Harvey. He even led on cases with Harvey.
Right. So
he wasn't under no Harvey. Harvey was under him on cases.
He was doing his own thing. Chroma was doing his thing. He was over there.
So Chroma was a wild
Tammy. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And he got brainwashed by Tammy. See, he also got brainwashed by Tammy. So Chroma and Tammy could have been doing some sleep. Tammy was doing sleep shit with all of them that none of them knew.
Yeah, she put that head on him. She the head doctor. Okay.
When you go through all of this now, this case is gonna be crazy. You see them getting back 2019.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot.
Nigga, but no
lie. Go back to that 2019. What's that one?
This is gonna be Quintaris Smith out there in St. Louis as well. Him, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, he in St. Louis too. Okay, yeah.
Had the plug going on from Los Angeles, California, Florida.
You on that St. Louis shit, ain't you? On that St. Louis shit.
Look, bro. Now I'm on this and Detroit. I'm on Detroit too. But look, this is what I'm trying to say. That's why I be going in my Stucky. I'm in my Stucky bag with my Stucky. You know what I'm saying?
No, you just on it. No, you just on it. You just on it. You just on it, Uda. You just on it. That's all. You just on it.
These cases is what drove me here, bro. It's like these shits is interconnected somehow, some way. Jack Harvey is the person who was part of locking up T Stucky and them using lyrics against T Stucky and shutting Stucky down, bro.
Damn, I didn't know Harvey got Stucky. Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. And he caught him where in Georgia he got bagged, and this was before Big Meech. And Stucky got bagged with 169,000 in his pocket. Nigga, stop playing.
Damn,
1,000, nigga. Come on.
Damn, I didn't know Jack Harvey got Stucky.
He was involved in that shit too.
Yeah, he was involved in that.
He's involved in that too, son. So I'm
sometimes had a hard on for these niggas, the Dada. Like it was different, Dada. They actually wanted to. They actually seen their lifestyle and probably wanted to be in them. And once they could fuck the same bitch that they was fucking, oh my god, they really thought they was some fucking kingpins.
Hey man, what time y'all normally be on here, man? What time y'all normally be on here?
Shit, I'll be on daily. The data like
you on daily.
Morning
Woody,
time.
You on that night, ain't you, Woody? You normally on that nighttime, right?
Sometimes, but I've been trying to be mixing it up in the day and all that.
Yeah,
too,
you mix
man.
it up during the day too. Okay. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start locking in on both y'all shit. I'm gonna start coming in.
Man. Anytime, bro. Anytime, bro. You know I'm with it.
Yeah, I gotta have some business, man. I gotta get my day started, bro. About 12 o'clock.
Me too. I'm about to do 1-2 things myself. I'm gonna spin back on you, brothers.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna look y'all back up, man. It's always love, man. That was a good convo, though, man. I'm gonna link back up for sure.
For sure.
Find me.
Facts, yo. Rizzy and peace. I'm gonna spin back, bros.
All right,
real now. Respect and love, boy.
Now we do it, bro.
You already know it. That's a fact. Damn, peace and love, the data. That was a good little set right there, the data, nah.
Yeah, that's all appreciation right there, man. That's all appreciated. Bring it on. We up for it. Like I said, this ain't even gonna lead to nothing, man. This just gonna it's gonna die right here, man. It's gonna die right here. Get it off it, man. Get it out of there. It's gonna die right here, man.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So you want to leave on a positive note?
Yeah, always, man. Always, man. Be respectable, man. Always give out good knowledge, man. Always give understanding. Always have an open mind, man. Listen, man. Always receive that knowledge so you can be able to give it out the right way. And everybody enjoy their day, man. Peace and love.
That's a fact, Dada. And don't let somebody fucking try to, you know what I'm saying, mislead or persuade you, Dada, you know what I'm saying, manipulate anything that you got going on, Dada. Sean G, do Dada, you know what I'm saying? He just trying to jump into people's lifestyle, Dada, but he ain't even that lane, Dada. So he just looking, he's trying to outside looking in, Dada. So he just saying what he thinks makes sense, Dada. But in the streets, nothing really makes sense, Dada. You might think that your boy, Dada, got killed by the ops, Dada. He got killed by his friend, Dada. You never know what's going on around the situations, Dada. So you gotta stay more aware than ever, stay coherent, GG, Dada. Hyena School, but I was going from School to Steve. I rock with the King X and Dada. Don't forget the Kennedy doing his million march right here on YouTube and Dada. We conducting ourselves with the most highest and Dada. You heard the Dada. We're building our permits, 2025 permits right here. God chose you because he knew he could trust you. You God's best kept secret, the Dada. So stay more the Dada. Remember, clap for yourself because ain't nobody gonna clap for you. So you gotta clap for yourself, the Dada, and stay more aware, the Dada. You heard, and stay firm, the Dada. Don't let niggas mislead you, the Dada, and you become like them, the Dada. You stay firm for what you do, the Dada. Protect your energy, nigga, and go for the top. You heard.